Summertime. Time to sit back and unwind. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Good day to you all. The sun is out, the coals are on the grill, and the tinnies are ice cold. My name is Oodles, and joining me today, at a barbecue, you're likely to see him going back for a second plate of ribs. It's Biggie.
Damn right.
He absolutely wears a chef's apron that says, I am the best cook. It's Stig.
I am the best cook.
She's not too bothered about the food because she's on her third bottle of wine. It's Candy.
Hey! Yes, hello.
Shorts on, straw hat and a smoking pipe at a barbecue. He's bringing sophistication. It's Gadget.
That implies I go out and see people. No.
And we have a very special guest joining us at the barbecue this week. He's been called the greatest podcaster in Ireland multiple times, and he's definitely stood at a barbecue explaining how shit Foster's Lager is. It's the Crown Prince of Pilsner, Prince DJ Walsh.
Hey!
That was a lovely intro, but I preferred Gadget's one. That kind of suited me better.
You want a straw hat and a pipe?
Welcome, DJ. Thank you for joining us at this barbecue. Have you got sun cream on? Because it's red hot.
I actually do.
So do I.
So do I, because I've been out. 100% the best Irish podcast as well. No other Irish podcast comes close.
No.
Can't think of any other Irish podcast.
What else the fuck would you want?
Yeah.
What else? Point and nonsense. What else the fuck would you want?
Exactly. Before we actually tell people who DJ is, if you're not clued up, strange people, before we get into the show, please consider becoming one of our sexy and incredibly cool patrons to help us divide and conquer the podcasting world. Details are in our show notes, but mainly check out our website, modernescapism.co.uk, for more exquisite content and links to everything we do. Before the news, DJ, who the hell are you?
Oh, God.
Oh,
how long did that take?
For fuck's sake.
Less than 3 minutes for an Irish voice to come out.
It wasn't an Irish, like, that's not an Irish voice. Nobody
sorry.
in Ireland speaks like that. No. Who am I?
That was Mrs. Brown, wasn't it?
That was, we won't go there. Anyway, who am I? I'm, possibly, I'm going to let it fly. It's the first 3 minutes. Look, what can we do? It's Oodles. You just have to
Drinking.
Yeah. Who am I? I'm, as you say, an Irish podcaster. I'm co-host of a podcast called Snugcast, which it does exactly what it says on the tin or the glass or the bottle, whatever you're having yourself. Myself and my friend Owen, we either go to pubs or drink cans on Zoom, and we just record typical nonsensical pub chat. So we used to always record in a pub, and then the pandemic hit. So then we got to expand our horizons, and we've had Stig on in the past.
You broke into pubs.
Modern Escapism. I mean, I can't, like, that. Over here, people are actually accountable to the law. We're not in the green room yet. So we couldn't do that, but we brought the pubs to us. Actually, we got a lot of beer sent to us during the pandemic, which was lovely. And yeah, we record a podcast where we talk nonsense. We aim to be weekly, but it's probably every second week. And that's what I do. My day job is boring and sciencey, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of that. But you can find
we don't like science on this podcast.
No, we're at Snugcast and all the usual places. You can find us there, and we're on all the podcast stuff. So if you want to hear a couple of Irish lads getting drunk and giving scalding hot takes that make no sense whatsoever, join me.
How the hell did you get Stig on there?
Well, myself and Stig know each other through a football WhatsApp group kind of thingy. So that's how I got into Modern
Stig's
Escapism.
in every WhatsApp group.
He is, yeah.
All of them.
And
sniff it
active
around.
on all of them all the time. I can't keep up with. So Stig introduced us to Modern Escapism, and I became hooked.
Because he's fucking good at social media, that's why. That boy's doing his job.
So once I started listening, then I was like, "Fuck it, Steve, come on, Snugcast and talk about modern escapism." So that's why we got him on. Like, I didn't know any of you guys, so obviously, I didn't want to.
We're fine, DJ. Don't explain yourself. That's fine. Can I
We'll
just
have
say
the
to the
live show.
listener as well? Snugcast is one of my favorite. This is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but it's my going to bed podcast. I like to listen to it when I'm just about to go to bed, and I don't know. I just fucking really enjoy it. It's not
You
heavy.
come over here,
That's what I
right?
like about it.
Yeah.
It's not a heavy podcast.
I'm delighted that I join you in bed once a week, Oodles. That's lovely.
You do, mate. You do. Well, once a fortnight lately.
Once a fortnight lately, yeah.
But yes, please, dear listener, listen to Snugcast. You will not be disappointed. But we've gone on too long. We need some breaking news from our man in the sky, Big E.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Yes, belated news, as it's announced 7 days a week. So, first off, we've got Lena Headey is reportedly being sued by her former agency for $1.5 million for over unpaid commission fees relating to several projects, including her apparently cut scenes from Thor: Love and Thunder. Did she appear in that at all?
No, she's been cut entirely from it, hence the issue.
No, I mean, like,
Read the article.
you have some scenes, but I didn't know she's cut out completely from it.
No, yeah, all of her
I didn't
scenes
see
are
it.
cut.
I think it's more if she gets paid for the scenes, whether they're cut or not,
Yeah,
isn't
she
it?
does, yeah.
Like, if she's
Yeah.
still paid, then she should still give the commission.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor thing.
Sounds like she's in the wrong then. If she's not paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you don't see much of her anyway, as far as I'm aware. I've only seen her in
She's
Dread
dead.
and that.
She got killed in Westeros.
But,
That's a shame.
moving on. Yeah.
Next.
Next up, we've got Skyrim Together Reborn, which is coming out, which, if anyone cares,
Fuck's
allows
sake.
up to 8 players to play Skyrim together. There's a multiplayer released as of 2 days ago.
Right then, guys, let's get on it.
Nope. Never.
What, just DLC or a
No, it's a
ROM,
mod.
or a mod. Sorry,
It's
yeah.
a mod to allow multiplayer.
Yeah, apparently it's as stable as Fallout 76, so not.
Fuck that.
Straight in the heart.
Anyone surprised?
Candy would be disappointed if there wasn't any jank in it. To be fair,
Exactly. That's the added flavour.
Yeah, fucking 50 quid a pop. Fuck that.
Taste of Bethesda.
Oh,
tastes like Bethesda.
that's disgusting. You're ruining my drink.
Well, it all tastes a bit bitter now. Thanks, guys, for ruining my fun.
Ooh. Next.
Well, moving swiftly on. Something I'm very interested in. Deus Ex writer Mary DeMarle, I think is how you pronounce it,
Yeah.
will be working on the next Mass Effect game. As
Now
it's
you
been
have my
confirmed.
attention.
The Mass Effect director Michael Gamble confirmed the news via Twitter, and she has also confirmed that she's joining BioWare. I love the Mass Effect games myself. I've done them all, and Andromeda was actually a perfectly fine game as itself. If you take it out of the Mass Effect universe, because
Was
the
it?
story was sort of just. Well, I enjoyed it. I like playing it. My daughter was born around that time, so I was playing it a lot.
Did you
Ah,
play,
not
did you
the
play it on
CD
launch or after they fixed
Patch,
things?
yeah.
The patch.
I played it afterwards. I never played it when
That's
it first
disappointing.
came out.
I
Mate,
loved everything
you
that
should
came
have
out of
seen
that
the
game.
Yeah, I've seen all the clips, but I definitely
Fucking
think
horrendous.
the writing, the big thing that I love about Mass Effect is about your interaction with your team, where you do missions, all the side questy stuff,
And
that
the
was
shagging.
really severely lacking in Andromeda. I think the side characters, which is really uninteresting. So hopefully she'll bring some tidiness to the script.
Yeah, man. Next.
This one I think Stiggy wants to explain. But basically, theatres are starting to ban the hashtag Gentle Minions groups from entering due to recent, and I quote, disturbances.
I don't know what this is, and Stig kept saying to me all week, wait till Sunday, wait till Sunday. What is this?
So the youth of today, the TikTok generation, you know what they're like.
Lovely
They're
people.
They love a good trend and a good meme. Anyway, so all the kind of young lads going to see the Minions went in like droves of like in big groups, all dressed up in suits, and some of them got a little out of hand.
Like minion suits.
No, like suits, like a
suits.
Oh, it's shirt
and tie, yeah, and they're all kind of like they're like grew like this, and so you have the problem with this is banning somebody because of what they're wearing is not a great thing to do.
No,
but the reason they had to do that is because some of them got a bit out of hand and started having raves in the middle of the cinema, throwing popcorn over everyone, throwing bananas at the projector screen. They actually damaged the projector screen, and obviously, if I'm in there and that happens, and I've got my kids,
you're kicking off, mate. Yo,
yeah, I'm fucking kicking off. But some of them were perfectly fine. They cheered when the movie started. They cheered when the movie ended, and they just watched the film. Like, there's loads of reports of people saying, we had people in suits in our cinema. They were perfectly fine. All they did was cheer at the start, cheer at the end. But obviously the videos have gone viral of all the dickheads, like, ruining it and trashing cinemas. So in the end, they just had to say, right, if you're in a suit, coming to Minions, you're not coming in.
They should have just done some Minion-only showings, shouldn't they? And then, like...
That's what people were saying.
Security guard or something.
Yeah.
Like a Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, my hometown has got one cinema, and it's called the Dome, and it's the oldest one in the UK. And it was quoted in the local newspaper. One man who took his nephew to see the film in Worthing last week said, "The TikTok trend should be called TikTok Terror."
You could get a local radio show. You could get a local radio show with that voice.
Yeah, Biggie on LBC today. You can do it. Fuck.
About LBC Suffolk or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's just over to Biggie. TikTok Terror!
Next.
And speaking of terrors, moving on, a speedrunner from the recent Summer Games Done Quick 2022 event has admitted that he faked part of his run. Russian speedrunner, here we go, Mecharazium?
Yep,
nailed it.
Completed a live run of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance as one of the few that he did. And rather than in-person runs, did it online. However, an extra run of the game's Blade Wolf DLC, no idea what that means, was offered as a charity donation goal incentive. But he's since admitted he'd pre-recorded the footage. And I guess, Gadget, you're well into this, aren't you?
Yeah, it was quite sad because I watched both those runs. Like,
Blade Wolf's difficult though.
Yeah, Mecharazium, or however you say it. He's really good. He's really good, and he walloped through Rising Revengeance, no bother. But yeah, I watched the Blade Wolf DLC bit, and it looked weird because it he had his camera positioned in, like, most of them have their camera positioned like we are now. Like, you can't see where his hands are and all that. But the way he's moving doesn't seem to be moving in line with it. Basically, what he'd done is he'd done a segmented run of it, which means he does a speed run of a level, stops the recording, speed run of the next level, stops the recording, kind of splice it all together. And those are legitimate speed runs, but you call them segmented runs. And what he did was basically just broadcast that video, and the way people kind of found him out was basically the sound of his keyboard, like that kind of sound.
It wasn't matching.
It wasn't matching what was happening on screen.
Motherfucker. When the nerds start cheating, that's fucking hell, man.
And he
it's the end of the world.
Yeah, he admitted.
Fucking hell.
He admitted to it when people brought it up, and then Games Done Quick basically, in short order, banned him and removed his records and removed his VODs historically, because he's done a few runs for GDQ. He's basically persona non grata within the speedrunning community at the minute, because, like, loads of people get caught out for cheating all the time, but it's the first time someone's cheated at a charity event like this, and it's such a high profile one as well. Like the extra run, the Blade Wolf DLC was a thing where it's like a bonus incentive.
Stretch goal.
Yeah, stretch goal. So, like, the run of the game is already in there, but then they're saying, if we get like $50,000 in the next 2 hours, we'll add this DLC to this run. So, like, people were probably going to put the money into the charity anyway, but people put money in for this. So it's really, really dirty.
Oh, fucking hell.
He's
not allowed on our show. He's done.
He's banned from future events as well.
He's banned from our Discord.
Throw him in the fire.
Yeah, he's gone. Next.
Speaking of banning, the Netherlands has moved forward to an outright loot box ban. A motion calling for the new laws and regs has been spurred by a recent court ruling. A recent court ruling that loot boxes are not a form of gambling. They fucking are.
And a lot of them.
Yep. I don't play any games with loot boxes in, so it doesn't really affect me.
Doesn't mean it's not a problem.
Might put that in there.
I agreed. It is still a problem. My son
Put
is
it in the
obsessed
fire.
with those kind of things, so it does affect me financially.
So it does affect you.
Oh, mate, I just get rid of it all. Just turn off multiplayer. Just turn it off. Fucking get rid.
I think the issue is when you just don't know what you're getting, is it? It's one thing to say, oh, it's this price and you're going to get this thing and that's fine. But when you could potentially be getting a load of old shite and paying 20 quid every time for it. I think that's more the issue.
I'd rather put money on the football.
But I mean, it's expensive anyway, and you shouldn't put quite so much like pay to win stuff in there and quite so many cosmetics because it takes the fun away from the actual game and the grind and everything. I know some people just use it as a
Candy.
a time
If
saver
Todd
and
Howard put loot boxes in the next Skyrim, you'd be fucking looting those boxes.
stuff. I probably would.
They're in Fallout
I'm guilty
76.
of it in ESO.
Yeah, exactly.
It's incentivizing. It's monetizing the whole. When you used to unlock shit in your old games. If you play Street Fighter, you had to play the whole game to unlock a character, and then do the same thing to unlock the next one with that character, and so on. And it's just
Tekken
basically
3.
monetize that.
Perfect
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
just monetize that.
I wonder how far this would go, though, because loot boxes in games are a thing, but
They make money, don't they?
but the toy industry is exactly the same. My kids get toys where you have no idea what the fuck's inside.
Yeah.
They don't
Pokemon
tell
cards.
you. Like LOL dolls and like blind bags and stuff like that. You have no idea
Kinder
what's
eggs.
inside. You're just told this is
No,
LOL boy. You might get one of these. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Happy
say. I think
Meals.
that's the only difference. It shows you what you do get in there, but it might be one of those as opposed to 1,000 different other cosmetic items. I guess I think there's a massive difference in the limit of what you're going to get. I guess is how it works.
Maybe they'll go in the fire. Who knows?
I also think the difference is when you buy like a blind bag of something, you're going with the express purpose of buying a blind bag. Like you kind of expect that you
Yeah,
might be
that's the fun,
disappointed
isn't
out of it. Whereas with loot boxes are now at the point where they're getting front loaded into games before you even get into the game. Like Diablo Immortal is the big one. This one, like before you even get to creating your character, you're shown an advert for loot boxes. And it's because it is digital gambling, but it's unregulated. Whereas the blind bags and all that, there is an FCA. I'm sure that there's I can't remember the FCA trading standards regulation. Basically, they have to publish like the odds of getting things. There needs to be not a disproportionate amount of things for certain items. So there is more regulation around those LOL dolls than there are around Diablo Immortals, which is what's wrong with it.
I prefer LOL dolls. Just saying.
I know, because you can hock them at chavs.
Yeah, exactly.
little LOL dolls have like the little boy ones have little dicks on them.
They do.
Yes,
they have
they do.
little todgers. They have little todgers. There's loads in my daughter's bedroom. Not little todgers, I mean LOL dolls. Disclaimer.
Right, moving on.
Episode title.
No, we're not having little todgers. That's not happening.
Speaking of Todgers, the big dicks at Rockstar are shelving remakes of the Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption.
Good.
All focus is now on Grand Theft Auto 6.
Good. Bring a new game out, for fuck's sake.
They also announced the online side of Red Dead Redemption 2 is also not being supported anymore. It's going to have the odd event, but nothing else. So all focus is on 6.
Given the state of the definitive edition of 3 Vice City and San Andreas, I'm quite glad that they're not going back and ruining 4 with Red Dead Redemption.
Fucking terrible.
That was one of the things I think they cited as well. So
Yeah.
Also,
Terrible.
just give us new games. How many remakes have come out in the last 4 or 5 years?
New
I
games.
think some of them can do with it when games are really that old. Like I think it was worth doing Final Fantasy VII, but what
That's a
Last of
remake,
Us was-
though. That's different,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But I mean, The Last of Us was it really needed?
Oh, let's not get them started. Let's not get them started. Fuck. Next.
Charlie Cox, Vincent I can never get his name right.
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio, thank you. Apparently returning for a Marvel series called Echo. Sounds interesting. together for the first time since Daredevil. The Kingpin
So
will
for
reappear in the MCU Disney series, and allegedly he's going to be playing, or he's up for the mayor of New York in it.
I'm up for this.
Look.
I'm up for it.
Kingpin, not Daredevil. That'd be weird.
Yeah. Oh, big time. I'm just wondering whether, because now they've actually moved Daredevil over to Disney Plus and said that it's canonically part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Does the ending of the third season, if Kingpin carries on with crime, Daredevil's coming for him and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Are they going to carry that on, basically?
I reckon they'll start from scratch.
I think it's going to be maybe a soft reboot.
Very soft reboot.
Yeah.
Still, fucking D'Onofrio was Kingpin, born to play that role.
He's
Is it-
awesome. Awesome as that.
Also, isn't Daredevil, like as it was like the Netflix series, slightly more violent than
Oh, yeah.
this MCU standard?
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly. A lot
like
more
fucking
violent.
Old Boy.
Quote, slightly.
Yeah. Like the first time you meet the Kingpin in Daredevil, he crushes a man's head in a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to have to soft reboot it somehow to keep it in tune with the MCU.
What I want to see is, I want to see him as mayor. If he does go for the mayor, I don't want him to rise up to be mayor and then taken down by the end of that series, because they were only 6 episodes long. I want to see him as mayor in the next Spider-Man. I want to see him be a foe and a problem for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If they go from what the books do, he'll eventually become president. So
Yeah, and I want him to, because the MCU they have
Spoiler
powered him up a little bit, rather than making him kind of just a big guy. But
yeah, it's powered.
he can't go toe to toe with Spider-Man, so maybe the end of Spider-Man. I'm trying to go around spoilers here. The thing that happens in the post-credit scene at the end of No Way Home could be a way to get the Kingpin on Spider-Man's level.
I'd be into that.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'd also be into the idea, like the next Spider-Man film, also like if Kingpin is the baddie, having Daredevil involved as well, because Spider-Man seems to work really well when he's bouncing off another hero.
Yeah,
or himself.
His little
Figuratively and
cameo
literally.
in No Way Home was awesome.
Yeah. Next.
Okay. Sony has confirmed God of War Ragnarok. Yes. Is coming in 9th of November this year.
Can I just ask
you-
my correspondent?
Did you see the trailer? Did you see the trailer?
No. Can I ask my correspondent Stig if this is going to come out when they say it is? Stig?
this is definitely coming out when they say it's coming out. I
There you
don't
go.
think you're announced a date that close to it to then
It's confirmed.
say,
If Stig says it, it's confirmed.
to then say sorry.
Did you see the wolf? Did you see the wolf? Oh my
The
god,
wolf.
the wolf!
Fenrir, innit?
Oh,
Yeah, Fenrir.
looks awesome. Yeah, it looks awesome. cannot wait for that.
Those collector's edition big boxes
I
as
see
well.
that.
They're
I
looking
kinda want that.
incredible. Me too.
The
and I'm not
collector's
the
edition
biggest
doesn't have the
Wolf
disc in
fan.
it. It doesn't have a
I
disc.
know. It just has the metal tins, doesn't it?
What's
That's
the point?
ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
It doesn't
But
have a
everything
disc.
else in it, apart from the non-game,
You're
is cool.
definitely buying it, Candy. You've got too
Oh,
much
yeah.
disposable income. It's ridiculous.
It's true. I don't need it. I'll get it anyway.
The reason to own a PS5, finally. Fuck.
This is literally
Next.
all,
Okay,
all we bought
moving on.
PS5s for.
Yeah, cannot
No,
wait. for it.
well, the thing I bought PS5 for ended up being a bit of a dud.
Yeah.
DJ, you got a PS5.
I got a PS5 when I hurt myself last year, so I was like, I'm going to spend months at home, so I might as well fucking get one. But bought the Bullet
Cool.
and got back to work then shortly afterwards, and I've played it very little until I'll let you know when I was up to the next.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Have you played God of War though?
No, I haven't.
Get that
I haven't,
sorted, mate.
but
Get on it.
I must, because anything around the lore of Ragnarok just draws me in like a cunt. So I am.
Mate, get
there.
on it.
There's a long summer.
Next one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, next one up. The Duffer Brothers. You may have heard of them recently, if not before. Will be developing a new live-action adaptation of Death Note for Netflix. I don't know anything
Why?
about Death Note, but the guys behind
We were just
Stranger
talking about
Things-
Death Note last week,
It's
and we
awesome.
willed this into existence. Fucking. I hate this.
What's the point of doing anime in meat space? Stop doing it. Anime is
We
fine
were
as anime.
literally talking about it, and I'm furious now that we weren't talking about something
Do you think
better.
they could pull it off though, considering what they've done with Stranger
No.
Things?
No. Live action anime does not work. Prove me wrong.
All right.
Anyone.
The only one I've seen that I like is Super Happy Kill Time, and that's just because it's Matt Stogden.
Yeah, it's
Matt
hot,
Stogden from the Sequelizers, and it's got Stuart Ashton
Yeah.
in it, and it's very stupid.
Yeah.
But it's good at the
It
same
is
time.
stupid.
Ryan Freeman nearly worked.
What?
Ryan Freeman nearly worked.
Nearly. That's the fun. That's the point. Nearly.
I think I've
No,
seen
never
that
worked.
one. Is that got
Nearly never bulled a cow.
Mark Damascus? Is it Damascus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
He was all right. That's not
Sticks
good,
face.
yeah.
That was the review, guys.
Have I
It
seen
can't be
it?
done. It can't be done.
Apparently, an open world survival game set in the post-apocalyptic world of the Terminator is in the works.
That sounds
from,
great.
Natron.
Dum-dum-dum,
It does,
dum-dum.
but we haven't had many good Terminator games, have we, so far?
Have we had any?
There was one on the
There's
Game Boy that
arcade
was pretty good.
shooters.
There was that one in the
Great
arcade,
games.
wasn't there? Terminator 2. That was good.
And there was
I think Bethesda
first-person
did one, didn't
shooter on PS3, 4th generation, I think.
I don't know. I think that'd be great. Like if you just kind of wander around these wastelands and then like come upon like humans
yeah.
versus some machines in the middle of a battle, and you can just kind of go in there. And
If they do it
something like that
properly,
would be great.
Exactly,
Again,
that's the problem.
Just to let the listeners aware, I'm sure they already are. I'm not a game developer, but if I were
You're not?
developing this game, no, I'm not now. And I was surprising. If I were, I'd make the T800s a bigger presence, akin to like Nemesis or Mr. X from Resident Evil, where they're just unbeatable to a degree. Do you know what I mean? And make everything else less like you're fighting humans, but when a T800 comes, it's a fucking moment. It's not just you can kill them.
Just do
Yeah.
Alien Isolation with the Terminator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That'd be good,
You
but
get stuck in the vents.
Going to be it's going to be open world, isn't it? So it's going to be more like the world of salvation.
Spamming No.
But what is more interesting, because as far as I'm aware, this fucking came out of nowhere, was a RoboCop Rogue City trailer that just got randomly dropped on the internet.
I liked it. I liked
It looked alright, didn't it?
Yeah, a bit janky, but I liked it.
And they've got
Yeah.
Willer's face. They've got the proper
They've got his
likeness.
face.
Like for
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Where is
Again,
Kane?
I love the original arcade game, and it worked quite well on the home consoles back in the day. But yeah, it seems like one of those things that has been forgotten about, and then all of a sudden out of the blue comes this trailer for one. And yeah, looks really
I hope
cool.
they have the license for the music as well, because if they don't have the music, it just kind of loses a
I hope the
little
loading
bit.
screens are stuff like, I'd buy that for $1. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it needs to be. You need to have all that in there as well. I did like how the guy in the building was like, "Can you fly?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yes, yes.
Can you fly, Bobby?
Exactly.
Tell me, Bobby.
Not quite
Can
like
you
that.
fly?
Yeah. Fucking, I'm up for it. I'll give it benefit of doubt until the 6 out of 10 reviews turn up.
Yeah.
So
it does like
that's all
cyberpunk. looking.
the main news. Apart from, unfortunately, we do have a bigger retirement corner this week. So it's sad to announce that we have lost Kazuki Takahashi, who was the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sadly passed away at the age of 60. And then not long
just
after
to be
that-
clear.
Okay, fine. Don't care. Then you've got James Caan, incredible actor. He passed away July the 6th.
Fucking crushed
this
me,
week.
that one. Crushed me.
And then, as if it couldn't get any worse, we then also lost actor Tony Sirico, died at the age of 79, more commonly known as Paulie in The Sopranos, amongst others. But yeah, it's just what a weird week
Massive.
for sad deaths, man.
Yeah. They're all names. They're all, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking Sopranos is my favourite TV show ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
One of
that's
mine. It's up there on my
synonymous
top five.
with.
He's great.
I know.
Even though
He's
he's
phenomenal.
probably just playing himself.
Yeah, he is
Kinda-
definitely himself.
Kind of came from that life, didn't he? Pulled
Yes.
himself out of it and got himself into acting. So,
He was an enforcer, I think, at some point.
but he's just great. He's so good in that role. Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah, massive. Yeah,
Really funny as well, but
Fucking-
he's got some
yeah.
good comedy chops on him as well.
Yeah, really sad, but again, at least the legacy that they've left behind is second to none, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
James Caan's part of The Godfather, isn't he?
Fucking James.
He's amazing in
Sonny.
that. He's superb. I mean, he's done obviously a lot of other stuff, but he was really good in
Mate,
that.
don't forget James Caan in Elf. He's brilliant in Elf.
He's good in
He's
Elf.
fucking
Great.
phenomenal in Elf. People forget about that. I'm like, he is the secret, the best person in Elf. He's fucking incredible. So, fucking wow, what legacies. All of them. Like, people fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not into Yu-Gi-Oh! But fucking hell, that's a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Fucking crazy. But yeah, massive.
And
Thank you.
that's
Is that
it
the
for
news?
this week. Yeah, over to DJ for agriculture news this week.
Thanks, Biggie. Great week for the sun. A bit of precipitation will be handy for the crops, and like to get the grass growing. But that's mainly weather news this week in the agricultural front. Thank you.
Excellent. Brilliant. That should be a regular thing. I love that. Let's
I
get
just
on.
send a voice note in every week.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Let's get on
and now
with the
to
next
terrorize oodles with the sound of cows.
Oh, you fucking dare.
Please do. Please do.
You fucking dare, mate. I actually had a run-in with a cow yesterday, day before. Yeah, day before. Fucking, we're just walking dogs and wife goes, look. I went, what? Fuck, just looking at me, this big fuck off cow head. Right in front. She knows what it does. And I fell. Do you know I fell back? Like when Gadget sees a spider. Ugh, fell back.
They're more afraid of you than you are of them.
They're not scared of me.
By saying running with a cow, as in, did you see one from 100 yards away?
I was so far away. So far away. It was a field away.
This one's
I'll shit
small,
myself.
those ones are far away.
Yeah.
Running
A
with
cow could kill me. A little house spider cannot kill you.
Like he
That's
got
the
in
difference.
an argument with it and then like headbutted it or something.
Imagine if you had a problem with house cows as well.
House
There's one
cows.
up there in the corner
have you
of
ever
the
found a
ceiling,
house
look.
cow in your fucking bath? My God. Can't get them out.
I had a great day.
Try
What
to
do you
flush
think a
that
house
down
cow
the
is?
toilet.
Yeah, Great Danes are house cows. Excellent. Nexus. Candy, what have you been doing this week?
Everything that everyone else has been doing. So I'm just going to prattle through some things that we've already covered. So finished Stranger Things, agree mostly with what was said. I am going to go against the crowd a little bit and think of the last two episodes were a little weaker than the rest of the season, I thought. It felt a little bit bloated to me. There was some really standout action scenes in the penultimate episode.
Wasn't there just?
The scene with, I don't want to spoiler it actually, but yeah, no, the final episode in particular, I think it just went on too long. I understand what they were doing, and they were
It's 2.5 hours. Is that not long enough?
It's way long enough, much longer, much too long. I understand what they were doing; that they were getting everyone back to Hawkins and everything, and setting up for the final season. And it has been said already that the final season is not going to be quite so long. So I guess they did a lot of the basically the heavy lifting of the story was told in this season. The next season, it's just going to be the final showdown.
Have they confirmed it's the final?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
and then they're just
they're
doing
done.
spin-offs after
Do you know what?
that.
Do you know
It
what I
needs
found
to
funny?
end
This
now, I think.
And they're doing Death Note after that, clearly.
what I found funny this
Same.
week, they're like, the Duffer Brothers have confirmed that season 5 will reveal what the Upside Down is. I'm just thinking, you'd fucking hope so. Like,
Yeah, it's about fucking time.
That's all right. I don't really care.
yeah.
But I do think they should have. So the one thing I really didn't like about the season was the Russia storyline, and I do think they should have left that one character dead. I think it would have made much more of an emotional impact.
I agree.
And by the time they're reunited with Al, there's been so many sort of happy ending, or not happy endings, but so many people reuniting by the end of the final episode. I just didn't care. They just held no emotional weight.
Return of the
that
King
point.
did, didn't they?
Yeah,
they
and
did.
apparently
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to be, the Duffer Brothers have actually come out and said it's going to be more so like that in the next season as well. So that's something to look forward to.
There's one thing since we talked about it in this last week that I kind of read something. And yeah, actually, that did kind of annoy me. I'm not wanting to get to spoilers, but just plot armor for some people.
Plot armor, yeah.
And it just kind of, if I've posted about it in our Discord of what that is. So if you're on our Discord and want to see, you can have a look at that. But I think it was.
And if you're not in the Discord, why are you not?
Could have been done better if not for, we can just do this because.
I agree, mate. I agree.
Speaking of Discord as well, I wrote a big long essay about this as well. But I also saw Elvis last week, really just thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, if I have one complaint, a little bit too long for me, but I think it was just a fun and respectful celebration of his career.
Did it make you scream?
Everything makes me scream.
Like I've not watched it yet, but I keep seeing the trailer of him doing the thrusts, and every single person in the crowd are like, "I've never seen a penis before."
Do you know what's funny is that like when you watch that, you go, that seems really stupid. Then but when you watch things with interviewers and speaking about him,
They're
like, that's what it was like. Women were going crazy. You watch some clips of him on TV shows and stuff, and he just screams in the background, and people throwing pants at him and everything. Like
it was the same with the Beatles, wasn't it? You couldn't hear them play live because every girl was screaming in the crowd.
There was a certain hysteria. I think it's maybe a teenage girl hysteria.
And that's what Candy's like with My Chemical Romance.
But they were coming out of an era of like. It's like the 40s and 50s, quite conservative, especially for females. You know, like women weren't really allowed to do much, were they? So when you have this guy coming out there and thrusting himself at ladies on stage, it was like,
mate, he'd be cancelled nowadays. I'm just saying it that way. He would not be allowed to thrust himself at ladies nowadays.
Isn't that what every heavy metal band does?
What is it? Like, TV stations were only allowed to film him from the waist up when he was doing live performances.
Well, it goes into stuff like that in the film about them trying to make him a bit less thrusty and jiggly.
I am glad that Baz Luhrmann still doesn't give a fuck and he just makes a film that he wants to make. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't think he was turned up to 11 as much as he normally is, which is quite nice. It certainly wasn't as crazy as like Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet, where it wasn't that stylized. I didn't think, but it was still. There was just enough.
There was a thing I read about that, about how Tom Hanks had a little say in certain things, because Tom Hanks is fucking Hollywood royalty, isn't he? So I reckon because Tom Hanks was in the film, it's like, Baz, can we just knock it down a touch?
I don't know. When you see Tom Hanks's accent and
is
character in that is big time.
Some shark jumping
that's
going
good
on
to
there.
know. That's good.
I wonder if he took into consideration it was a celebration of somebody else's life and career rather than his own, rather than showing off his own thing.
Yes, probably. And a well-documented life and career. That's the thing. You can't go too crazy, can you?
Siggy, do you take your inspiration from Tom Hanks for accents?
Of course.
He channels everyone.
Everyone, yeah. I just pull from everywhere.
We was like peas and carrots again.
But yeah, one last thing. I'm glad that they didn't kind of dwell on and make a spectacle of the kind of fat Elvis part of his life, because it would be disrespectful, I think, to do so. And it was just a tiny fraction of his life, and unfortunately, that's the way people remember him, because it was the last part of his life. But it wasn't, let's all ridicule and laugh him.
You don't have to spoil it too much, but does it go into his fact that he worked for the American government as a spy?
No.
That's my favourite Elvis fact ever. I'm thinking, I don't know if it's the FBI or CIA. He worked as a fucking spy.
Oh my God.
Is that actually a
that's
thing?
That's not even a joke. No, that's
a
real
conspiracy.
thing.
Like
no,
I watched,
real.
After last week, I watched Men in Black. I watched it today with the kids. And there's a bit, isn't there, like, these playing music, because Elvis is dead. He goes, Elvis ain't dead, he just went home. Some people genuinely believe that he's not dead and he just left Earth.
Why wouldn't you?
Okay,
anything else?
No. Was Elvis Presley a CIA operative? No, but the CIA, along with the FBI, had an extensive file on him in some cases dating back to 1954. No, he wasn't a spy.
That means fact. Fact, you heard it here first.
Someone was spying on him.
Fact, he was a spy.
Because they didn't know how to deal with him.
Yeah, because he was thrusting everywhere he went.
Middle, like...
If that's... You can't thrust your way through life.
Yeah, proper conservative America was like, what is this devil man doing?
Did not know how to deal with him at all. And the only thing they could do was like, let's arrest him. Like,
let's arrest him for
what?
Sexual crimes.
For penising.
The name's Presley.
Penising.
Presley. I've been expecting you.
Anything else, Caddy?
Yeah, Obi-Wan, just quick. I thought the final episode kind of raised the season for me, or the series for me, from mediocre to fine. I thought it had some great moments. The rest of the
What's wrong with you?
It didn't do it for me. And I was really
it got me back into Star Wars. which was
I
a
can't
big
see that.
fucking ask.
Very quickly
No,
on
I
that,
didn't
have you heard about the cut that some kid's done? He's a student
Yes,
filmmaker.
2.5 hour cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's basically edited that. I'm going to check that out actually, see what it's like.
Well, the irony of that being that it was originally supposed to be a film, wasn't it? And then
Yes.
the failure of some of the other ones made them think,
Solo, I
actually,
think.
maybe that's it, right? Solo, sorry, I forgot. But
Mm-hmm.
it made them think, well, we can do this as a series. And I don't think there was enough going on that really warranted a series, really. I think they could have cut out a lot of the
Come
gunk.
on, such a misery.
I would have loved for it to be more fun. And like I said, I really enjoyed the final episodes. I thought, especially that showdown was absolutely great. But the rest of it, nah, not so much. And the final thing I've been doing is I think something that everyone else has been doing. So I'll save my thoughts on that for the big chat at the end.
The big chat. Cool. Moving on to me. Yes, I want to talk about the fact that I also went to see, along with Stig, I don't know if anyone else, Thor. So you can jump in if you want, Stig. I don't know who else saw Thor.
I'll let you get your thoughts out first.
Thank you. So yeah, the big film of the beginning of summer, really. The blockbuster. It should have been last week, shouldn't it? It would have been fucking perfect. Yeah, the big summer blockbuster came out. I went in with extremely high expectations because Thor Ragnarok is my favourite of the MCU films. I prefer a comedy edge to comic book films because Biggie knows he reads a lot of them. They are funny. A lot of comic books are just inherently funny because the artists get bored of just the fights and stuff like that. And I really love Taika Waititi. He's one of my favourite directors. I love everything he's ever done and been a part of, except Green Lantern. Didn't love any of that because he was in that, wasn't he, as an actor? So yeah, fuck Green Lantern. Look, you're thinking now, aren't you, Candy? Like, was it?
Yeah, who was he in that then?
He wasn't. He was.
Don't make me watch it. Don't make
one
me
of the
watch it again.
characters. You'll know his voice as soon as you see the character. Trust me. CGI, but he's in it. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. I went in, as I said, expecting really high things. I came out a little bit deflated from those high expectations. However, I must stress this: I really fucking enjoyed it. I thought it was an absolute laugh from start to finish. Did it add to the MCU at all? No, not at all. That film doesn't have to exist. Like most of the films we've seen in this phase, except Spider-Man, they don't really have to exist, do they? They just do. And we've said it before, me and Stig especially, a bad MCU film is still not a terrible film. It's just a bad MCU film. There's a different caliber to it, and I know people don't like to call them cinema, but they are fucking cinema. I'm not going down that argument. I fucking love them. But this, yeah, it was a laugh from start to finish. My ribs were actually hurting for a little bit because Taika Waititi does this thing where he does a cringe joke and he keeps it going for longer than most people would keep it going, and then it starts getting even funnier because he's just took it too fucking far. And there's two characters in this that I was howling every time I saw them and heard them on screen. You know who they are if you've watched this film. I'm just not going to spoil it for you. Let's just say they've got 4 legs. They've got 8 legs between them. But yeah, fucking love that. Everything about the plot was a really condensed version of 3 very well-known arcs. So the Mighty Thor being probably the most well-known of the acts of the arcs. I didn't like how it was condensed too much. It was too rapid, too fast. Everything happened at a pace that didn't deserve it, if you get me. It was there was a lot of heavy moments in this with jokes, and you can't really joke about these certain things. It leaves a bit of a foul taste in your mouth, but I think the payoff's fine. There's no great stakes at the end, and it's just Chris Hemsworth, man, naked. Jesus fucking Christ. I went with my wife. I put my hand over her eye. She went, fuck off. It's just a laugh. And it's just, I gave it an 8 out of 10. But upon reflection, I think it's more of a 7 out of 10. And I've knocked it a bit further down in my rankings. So over to you, Steve. What did you think of it?
Not very good.
I didn't think so.
Nope.
Is this the Taika Waititi's movie that isn't good?
This is his worst. This is his worst film.
Oh, there
It
is.
is, it is his worst film. You are right, Bigger. It is his worst film.
It's, as Oodle says, MCU films are still relatively enjoyable regardless. It's an enjoyable mid-range MCU film. It's probably the third best film of this phase. Spider-Man ahead, and then Shang-Chi, then this one, I'd say. But unlike you, I found the jokes were very thin, very quickly.
Really?
Yep. The joke between the hammer going between his hammer and his and the axe.
Thinking about it though, I'm still laughing at. I think that's fucking funny, man.
I just got bored of that, and if you see the trailer, like what Oodles is alluding to, it's like a 10-year-old meme. I saw this like 10 years ago. It was funny then. It was funny when you kind of see it for the first time, but then it does it over and over and over again. The film, I was like, right, we get it.
Doesn't stop, does it, till the end?
Like, there's one other joke with them that's really funny, but it's not really to do with them. It's more to do with a planet and distances, which that was quite funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed what Christian Bale was doing as the villain. But ultimately, he's just going to end up in that pantheon of villains that we forget about. He is totally wasting this, and I'm really disappointed that this is a one and done kind of thing, because I thought that with that character and
could have been a big bad
character being called the God Butcher, it might have been a big bad. And he's a heavyweight actor, man. Like, he's a huge actor to get him in and just kind of.
The character in the books is a heavyweight. It's an Ultron level.
A one and done, and he's in a completely different film to everyone else when you see him. He doesn't get a lot of screen time. Like, I remember how threatening Hela was in Thor Ragnarok. She comes in, destroys the hammer, fucks up the Asgard, kills a lot of people. Like, she's a threat. Yep. And Gore is meant to be on that level, and you do not see that on screen at any point.
Off screen, innit?
Yeah.
All off screen.
And I'm just disappointed that. See, there's plenty of laughs, mainly from Korg, because Korg is great. Good visuals, some really nice set pieces. So it is entertaining, but I just came out and I was a bit like, where is this phase going? Phase 1, 2, and 3 had a direction.
Hasn't.
We knew where we were going with it. What the fuck is going on with this phase? It is just this, like, if you're going to do this connected universe, then you've got to show us where you're going with it, because right now it's all over the place and it's all totally different everywhere and nothing seems to fit. I don't think Thor I don't think they have progressed his character at all. He's gone backwards. Like, it's and I don't know.
What would you rank it? What's your score?
3 out of 5.
Yeah, I give it a 7 in retrospect, and
I'm just disappointed more than anything because of the people involved. Because it's I love Ragnarok; it's great, and I love a lot of Taika Waititi's other films, and I think Chris Hemsworth is great in the Thor role, but I just don't know what this film's doing or saying. There's no depth to it. There's no stakes.
It's tonally very sparse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think Taika needed kind of reining in a little bit? Do you think they give him a little bit more freedom this time, seeing as the last one was such a success?
Here's the other problem. He's come out and said that, in a lot of his films, he allows people to improvise lines, because if they think of something funny on the spot, and he's like, yeah, I like that, I'll use that. What this film's doing is he's allowed them to improvise major plot points.
Yeah.
Like, he's allowed them to just do what the fuck they want in the scene. All right, we'll use that.
Said in an interview, he barely directed it.
Yeah, like, you can't do that. There's no
There's
no direction. Like, what's the point of you even being there? Like,
to me, like, because I when you guys did your ranking of the Marvel films and went through them, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the very start, phase 1, start with Iron Man 1 and work my way completely up through. Because I hadn't seen any of phase 4 when you guys did your rankings. So I got to phase 4 and I've just finished Moon Knight, so that's where I am. And I think Shang-Chi is an absolute banger of a film. But other than that, I think there's no direction to the MCU. And I think what you're saying about Christian Bale's character there is really disappointing, because they're crying out for new characters and to take a new storyline in a new direction, because to me, the original Avengers thread has just, it's run its course. They need to introduce new characters, keep people hooked, and I think they've just failed miserably at that.
We need a Thanos level threat.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Apart from Tom Holland, the whole fucking thing is falling apart, really. In my mind, you know, he's holding it together at the moment.
If you've seen Loki,
he is.
That's kind of showing where we might be going with a bit of a villain in this.
But we're already still so late in the game. When are we going to see that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's meant to. I think the next Ant-Man film is going to kind of bring that to the forefront.
Hopefully.
But I just thought.
But then doesn't. But Doctor Strange kind of renders
a lot of
it renders a lot of Loki irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's no. It's doing that Star Wars thing with the sequels where they just. It's as if Kevin Feige's just resting on his laurels a little bit. He's just like, yeah, we're untouchable, and it's getting to a point now where there's no thread. There was always even in the first phase, there was a thread. The thread was that the Avengers need to get together, and that's a good thread. That's a really good.
Well,
and then phase 2, starting introducing them falling apart, and then phase 3 was the big bads, the stone. It's just there's no thread here, and the TV shows are the exciting thing, which is a bit worrying in a weird way.
There's an element at the minute with the films that seems to be fulfilling contractual obligations. So whereas
that's what I was.
No Way Home it does what Far From Home did, which basically that was the coda to the end game. Like Doctor Strange, like we didn't really need another Doctor Strange film, but like it looks like they had. You know, they had a contract thing so that Benedict Cumberbatch got another film and Elizabeth Olsen got another film, and then this one, clearly Chris Hemsworth managed to negotiate something before Endgame, say, I'll do another 2 films or something like that. And
that's what it seems like, mate. It does.
Yeah, I mean, Thor's going to come back. Like, but I just wanted more going forward. I thought Christian Bale might be a good jumping off point for that as well. Like this phase, man, like every film I've got down as a 3 out of 5 apart from Spider-Man. And like,
it's mad, isn't it? It's fucking mad.
And that's weird because if someone was to say, your ranking for Thor is the same as Black Widow. Yeah, because I see them, that 3 out of 5s are different to me. Like, I don't, when I do my rankings and put shit on Letterboxd and that, I don't do half stars and I just say, right, well, they're a low 3-star. That's a high 3-star. These don't warrant being 4 stars, but also they don't warrant being 2 stars. So at the moment, this phase just sits in the middle.
Bang average.
Yeah.
It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. Right. The next thing we're going to talk about is something we're all going to talk about a little bit together. Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about The Boys. So let's move on to DJ.
Very good. So, as I was saying earlier, I have actually had time to do stuff this week. So, as you said, alluded to earlier, got my PS5 out, and something I don't think any of you guys are really into, so I'm going to talk about it because it's not been covered on the pod to my knowledge so far, is some motorsport games. So I got Gran Turismo 7 and I got Formula 1 22 this week, and I've played them both a bit. And I think both games, so this is the first real edition of Formula 1 that EA Sports has taken over from Codemasters fully. So they've done the fucking...
I did notice the box art is completely different.
They've done... It's like the box art looks like FIFA.
It does.
They've really bastardized the intro, but thank fuck the physics and mechanics of the driving the cars is the same, and the career structure is quite similar. And I know Angry Kurt is as well, because we've been to and fro a few times about possibly doing a multiplayer career. You can do multiplayer careers as well since last year, 2 players.
That's cool. Because there'll be 2 drivers on a team.
Yeah, well, you have 2 drivers in a career. Like, you can choose whatever team you want and all that, and then you're just up against each other in practice qualifying and the race. You might never see each other because, like, you know, I might be a second or 2 a lap quicker than my brother, so he might be in the middle
like
of
Rush
towards the front. Kind of, yeah, exactly.
If you ever do see him on the track, crash that fucker into the wall.
Yeah, you and Gator like Rush, basically. It's brilliant.
But there are penalties. Like it's incredibly realistic. And I do it in cockpit view as well. It's really, really fun. The force feedback on the PS5 controller is fucking amazing.
That's got to be so good.
Yeah, when the wheels spin, the accelerator button hardens, stiffens like a throttle would in a car, in an F1 car. The physics and mechanics of going over bumps and stuff and how that unsettles the car and everything, it's fucking brilliant. For as someone who's played pretty much every F1 game since '99, this like is they really rescued it in about 2018. It kind of really lost its way for a couple of years, and there was a couple of years where there was no game whatsoever. And 2018 was really good, and they've just built on it and built on it. The physics in the rain are spectacular. So much they've really improved that this year, and also as well, like it might sound silly, but the cars this year in real life are 160 kilos, I think, heavier than they were last year. There's a whole new aerodynamics to the cars this year in real life, and it feels like that in the game. They're a lot more cumbersome in slow corners, so really, really enjoying that. And as well, Gran Turismo 7, playing that too. Haven't played too much of it because I think the home screen and how you navigate through it is just a bit of a pain in the arse.
Is it? Is it really that bad? I really fucking love. I love, and I said it. I said this, but I love Gran Turismo 1 and 2 because I treat them as car PGs. Where
they are that. Yeah.
And I fucking love that. And if I were going to get a racing game, it'd be Gran Turismo. I was looking at it the other day. I was like,
Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, the drive mechanics are again really, really good. Really enjoying the drive mechanics, and the visuals on it are spectacular as well. But just the home screen annoys me. So I've gone in, done it a bit, and then come out of it again. So played a lot of Formula 1 lately this week. And
I literally have not played a Formula 1 game since Nigel Mansell's fucking GP on SNES.
I haven't played one since the NES.
The reason I don't play much is because when I go into Crayon Formula 1, I will do every practice session, every qualifying.
It takes so long.
Hard at it, and it takes so long. And I do 50% race length. So
fucking hell, that's ages though.
But even stuff like the tire wear and how the car handles throughout the tire phases and stuff is so realistic this year. So I'm really loving that game.
Have you ever thought about investing in proper steering wheel and pedal setup? Because apparently it's well set up for that.
I went to order some last year, but I had half my foot hanging off, and I was like, actually, I'm going to be at home.
Oh yeah.
I just had two skin grafts on my foot. I'm not sure like pushing a brake pedal the whole time is going to be too good.
How did you hurt yourself?
That's a very good point.
I lost a fight with a tractor and trailer.
Yeah, that was it.
God.
Yeah, I never passed that boss level. So playing Formula 1 and Gran Turismo 7 this week, a lot of fun. Really fucking enjoyed it. Especially Formula 1.
I am down for Gran Turismo. I'm down for the Formula 1. I'll never. If it was free on PS Plus, I'd play it. But.
Yeah, but if you're not into Formula 1 as well, like, you know, you have to develop the aerodynamics of the car, the chassis of the car, the power unit and stuff.
Much.
If you're into it, it's fucking amazing. If you're not, I'd say there he is probably a bit of overload. But the other thing I did, the other thing I did this week was I've watched Vikings. So I only ever saw the first series.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
Because this happens to me. So last year I bought a home. So I own this house now. I'm never moving. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm never moving again. I hate moving house. So every time I move house, whatever I'm watching at the time, it almost gets left behind in the old house. So I had watched series 1 of Vikings and had a house moved from the apartment I was living into. Actually, myself and my wife moved in together first. I was watching Vikings. So I'd only ever watched series 1. And I was flicking on Prime the other day.
The best theme tunes, by the way. I love the.
Man,
so good.
I love that theme tune. So when I was like, "Fuck this," so I've just about finished series 3 now. So I've been really enjoying that. Like talk about Thor there and everything. Like I love Viking lore. Really into it. Absolutely adore all the Viking mythology and Norse mythology. You
need to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, mate.
I do, yeah, I do. Actually, I think Biggie I was talking to about that one day on one of his streams when I was in hospital. He mentioned it. I think we had a bit of chat back and forth about it months ago. And I just think like as a fully committed pagan as well, like I'm just so into all that mythology. So
Yeah, man.
I was like, fuck it, I need to. And I watched The Last Kingdom as well. Myself and my wife watched that over the winter. We finished that as well. So I was
I
like,
like
fuck
it.
this. Go and diving headfirst back into Vikings. And
Have you not seen The Northman?
Not yet, no.
Mate.
But,
Mate.
oh, man. I
it's
have a
going to
list.
blow your fucking ass off.
Not another thing. So Vikings, I have to say, like, I really, really, really love it, and I do genuinely think that Ragnar Lothbrok is probably one of the best TV screen characters I've ever.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think the portrayal of him, the facial expressions of the actor at times, the little smirks he gives and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just in love. Like, I just fucking head over heels in love with him. I just think he's.
Yeah, so is my
He's
wife.
a beautiful man, isn't he?
My wife's like, so we watch Vikings again. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah. So I've really got into that now, and I did watch Vikings Valhalla when it came out. As well.
I wasn't so keen on that.
Ago. No, it didn't grab me at all. Not nearly as much. And I was like, this is fucking Aldi, or this is Aldi Vikings.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like Kattegat had turned into fucking Manhattan in Vikings Valhalla. I was like, fuck this. So yeah, really enjoyed Vikings. Some terrific acting, and like the production quality for a series that was filmed a couple of years ago now is really, really good. So that's what I've been up to. Some oldies, an oldie but a goldie.
You haven't been on the show, so you could pick old things. So don't worry about it. That's perfect. Yeah, if you're not watching it, listeners, Vikings is it's a Billy banger, an absolute banger of a show. And famously, I watched the second season before I even watched the first season, because Amazon Prime, as Biggie understands, is very difficult to navigate. So I'm going, it's really good, this. Why are they all talking about something I've not seen yet? And
also, it would make a brilliant game. Can you imagine getting to Blood Eagle someone?
Oh, my word.
In an RPG.
Again, you need to play Valhalla, mate, because your wish may come true.
There you go.
Biggie, please have a short and sweet one.
I have, very quickly. I saw Shang-Chi the other day. I totally agree with what everyone says. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not quite sure where it fits into the MC universe.
Shang-Chi's good for the first hour, I think. The first hour is sensational on Shang-Chi.
I didn't like the last.
I like the
martial arts stuff. I really loved. And then
I like the interaction with his best friend as well. She's really cool.
Aquafina.
Really funny.
She's loud though, isn't she?
Yeah. But yeah, really enjoyed that. And then watched The Boys, which I think we're going to talk about briefly.
We're going to chat about, yeah.
And then just spent 4 days recording Alien RPG.
Perfect segue. Gadget, what have you been doing this week, boy?
Yes, we played our game of Alien RPG, and it was marvellous. So if you didn't join us on the live stream last night as of recording, yes, we celebrated a year of the Dragon Streamer Scorched Sheep by playing Alien RPG. And that is what it sounds like. Take the Alien film series and all the associated lore and chaos and wrap it up into a D&D-like game. And it was chaos.
Didn't take long, did it?
Glorious, glorious chaos.
Glorious chaos. We had the joys of Stig's American accent.
Was it American?
This is the future. I can do whatever accent I want.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Danish.
Stig's character was my favourite. Like, he became such a stick in the mud about everything. I just loved it.
We had Biggie trying to
Don't
loot
make him
everything he
the
could.
mud.
His ego is fucking already big enough, man. Don't fucking give him praise like that. He was good, though. You were good, mate.
Yeah, so we had Biggie looting everything he could.
Yeah.
We had Candy taking every drug she could.
Yeah.
Like real life.
Yeah.
And we had Oodles doing his best Snake Plissken voice.
Mate, it was spot on. It was fucking spot on. And spoiler alert, I did headbutt someone to death.
You did. And Jack from the Sequelizers getting one of our little cast killed through a technicality.
Yeah, let's not tell you who. No spoilers, no spoilers.
The fun part about it is, and I think what I enjoyed most about it, aside from just the subject matter, was that when you're a DM and you're playing D&D, the whole thing that you're doing is pushing a story forward. So you're controlling the enemies and you have to fight and all that kind of thing, but you're always kind of on side of the players. With the way Alien works, it's simulating an alien film. I, as the game mother, have to actively try and kill the players, and it's so.
He was the best game mother as well. He was a loving game mother.
It's just like just like wait for them to have their little conversation and go, and like they can't see it because I had my own screen open. Like I'm moving the alien as they're moving around the ship, so I'm keeping it close. Oh yeah. Like I wasn't just
sneaky bastard.
Well, no, that's how you're supposed to play it. Like, I wasn't randomly just dropping it in against you. I was actually moving the alien as it was going to move, just on my own screen. And then whenever it was dropping in front of you, I was just toggling it so that you could see it. So, they'd be having a conversation. I'm just sitting there giggling silently because the alien's moving around the air duct to get to them. Because they're making a sound and I can hear them. Oh, it was so much fun. If you're into tabletop role-playing games, definitely play Alien RPG.
I'm not even into it, and I had a good time.
I think you were into it more than you into D&D.
Yeah.
I have to confess,
bit,
I actually found it more fun to play, I think. Like, on a technical level, I think I found it more fun to play on than D&D, because especially with the agendas you have.
Just quit the show, clearly.
Yeah, I'm off, see ya. No, like, having your own agendas and everything, I think it helped to drive the story forward. And if you're kind of, especially when it's the first time you played something, you sometimes flounder a little bit in terms of what to do and say, but that holds your hand a little bit more. And I think it was a little bit, I think the actual gameplay is a little bit simpler than D&D as well, because you're not worrying about, well, unless obviously it may get a bit more complicated as you would level up.
The problem with playing D&D is there's always the people that are experts and they'll go, actually, you did that wrong. And I like it because we're learning from it, but there's so many rules in D&D. DJ, you've got loads of spare time on your hands. Have you ever played D&D?
No, but it's purely because I have so little spare time. I also have no friends, so I don't play with. No,
you've got us now.
Yeah, I should be. I should have like a guest appearance on Dragons. Like I should just pop in and out every now and again as like for agricultural advice.
Please do.
We're doing the Harvest Moon episode.
Yeah, I'm sure I can come up with some kind of harvest festival for the world.
Oh, I'm a walking, talking combine harvester.
Don't get in a fight with it though.
No, you lose a toe.
I do hope we exceeded your expectations though, Gadget, because nerve-wracking to do a very first. I've never played a tabletop game in my life apart from Monopoly and obviously the classics, Cluedo and stuff like that. And we did it live. And
well, I mean, you play D&D. That's a tabletop RPG. But yeah, you.
Not in my eyes.
I know.
It's life.
The fact that
real life.
You all did exceedingly well, given the fact that I was throwing brand new rules at you. I'd only given you like an hour's worth of prep a couple of days beforehand.
Hour? It was about fucking 10 minutes.
well, no, because most of it was telling Biggie how to roll the dice in Roll20.
I'm saying.
Just wanted the facts.
Yep. But you were all very good on it. You all really got into it. You all accepted when everything changed and, allegiances had to turn or when someone had to decide to kill something and they didn't want to. And it was all really, really well done. So, yes, I'm very proud of it. And listeners, you'll be able to hear this on both this podcast feed or the Scorched Sheep one in a couple of weeks' time once I get it edited down. And the YouTube video will be up around about the same time.
Can they just watch it on Twitch anyway, unedited?
They could if they want to, but I'm not preserving the archive because I've got it as a video that I'm going to upload.
Yeah, I thought so.
But yeah, it'll come out in 2 parts as well because I'm kind. I don't want to force people to sit and watch 4 hours of something in one shot.
Excellent.
The intro you did was really cool.
I'm a little bit conscious of time. Have you got anything else there, Gadget?
Just the boys.
Let's have a quick 5-minute chat about the boys. No spoilers. We don't have to put a spoiler klaxon. I just want. Because DJ's not seen it either. I just want thoughts on how this season ended, how the season as a whole was for everyone. Because I'll give you mine. It blew my mind. I think it's the best show on telly. And
yeah, I agree.
It's not a hot take anymore because a lot of people are coming to they're all saying, oh yeah. And when I say best show on telly, I mean of its ilk. It's not better than serious dramas and stuff like that. Obviously, do you know what I mean? It's no levels of fucking Sopranos, Ozark, and all these things that everyone loves at the moment. I don't know the names of them because I've never watched them. I only watch things with fantastical things in it. But yeah, I fucking adored every aspect of it. It didn't fail to deliver on anything. The episodes never exceeded the time. They were all an hour long, weren't they? I think.
There was one of them was just over that, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. And it was just everything about it. The characters are so charismatic. Homelander's a villain that you don't want to love, but you can't fucking help it. Butcher's the anti-hero that you're not supposed to love again, but you do. And everyone else around it is just fantastic, and it exceeded my expectations massively.
I like that.
You do not want to miss Herogasm, whatever happens.
No.
That's the best episode out that I've done on the show. And for me, wasn't even anything to do with Herogasm. Like, there's so much stuff going off.
Everything else around it.
Around it was so much more interesting. But
it was.
That episode was just amazing. The end of that episode is just fucking incredible.
Fantastic bit of television.
I think that's the best Boys episode by far, and it led perfectly into the final 2 episodes. It set everything up just the way it needs to go. My heart was beating at the end of that episode.
This is why I said.
This is why I said.
Herogasm is the boys' version of the Red Wedding. I think it's that good. It's that big.
There's I like how they're reframing some of the quote unquote the bad suits. Like I really liked what they did with Deep in this series. The kind of the way they build him up and knock him back down again. I like the fact that the A-Train became a character. I like that you got to find out a bit more about Black Noir. I thought they did a really good job, and then they also did like a really good job of building up Huey. Rather than
Huey's a lot better now, isn't he?
Yeah, rather than like Huey's character being Butcher dragging him from place to place and him reacting, Huey has. I
feel like Huey used to be the avatar for the viewer.
Yeah, and now Huey's kind of
now he's actually
into
character.
it. Yeah,
more urgency.
Yeah, I like the backstory with MM and kind of you hearing a bit more about why he hates the Supes this time round, as opposed to just knowing that he does. And fuck me, Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. He was fucking brilliant.
So good. So good. Have you seen any of the YouTube videos that Force International are uploading? Oh my God, that's so good.
This is one of the best things about it. If you're on social media as well, is that
they take it seriously.
They've created accounts for Vought, and they tweet out like this is real life and happening, and people in the replies play along. Like it isn't like, oh, that was a really great episode. Like people, like you see the replies, and people are like, oh, I love Homelander, like Homelander for president and shit like that. Like
I'm was still so conflicted about a Homelander though. Like it's just I can't understand how I can feel so sorry for somebody and yet just hate him. Like there were moments where I was absolutely crushed for him.
That's just how good Anthony Starr is at playing him. Like, I think like less so for like people like Carl Urban or Jack Quaid or whoever. Like I think this show entirely hinges around Anthony Starr because he plays Homelander so well. Like the guy
I didn't know either that suit is muscle suit. I thought he were ripped. He's not. He's just a skinny bloke. Yeah, he's just a skinny bloke. I was like,
and
what
that's another thing about his acting as well. Like sometimes he could, even doing it with his face, sometimes he can look really proud and heroic. And then sometimes he just looks like a little weak-tinned weed, doesn't he? He looks like he's falling apart.
He's very good at just twisting his face ever so slightly to do the shades or something. So without spoiling like what specifically happens, but there's a moment in the last episode where you get the confrontation. And he's standing there, he's looking proud as anything. Delivering his speech about what he wants, and then when he's rebuffed, you see it's almost like just like the color drains from his face.
Oh, it hurts so much.
And it's just like, but it's like just a couple of changes in the muscles in his face. Like he's so good at facial acting.
He also always gets his personal redemption at the end of every episode that he's in. It's fucking phenomenal.
I also love the setup for the next series. And I love where that direction's going. I can there's a couple of ideas I've got where I can go there. But I saw something on Reddit before, someone saying that like The Boys is like the smartest TV show out there, and I was just like, no, it isn't. It's the bravest.
Yeah, it's so politically charged.
Yes, but it's as subtle as a brick through your face.
Oh, it's like Trump's America.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
it is.
Not a smart show. Like Homelander has
yeah.
effectively become Trump. That last scene is just riffing off something Trump actually said. You know?
Yes, every time you say that name, you have to beep it out as well.
It is. I was thinking about that, about what he said about this, and I was like, yeah, that's how they would react.
Yep. 100%. But yeah, let's not drag it on too long because everyone's gagging for a burger. So yeah, The Boys is fantastic. Please watch it if you're not watching.
Get it
DJ,
watched.
get on it. Get on it, mate.
Yeah.
They're rapid episodes. They're an hour long. Gone.
No spoilers, but fuck that kid.
Oh,
Fuck
absolutely.
that kid. Fuck that kid. So yes, come on. This is it. It's the main event. Fucking get your vests on.
I've already got mine on.
It's blistering. It's blistering. The barbecues are rolling. What we're doing now is the big Modern Escapism summer barbecue. At whatever time it is, at 20 past 10 in the evening, as we record it.
It's
when all the
still
good barbecues
outside
start.
barbecue. Christ.
It's fucking red hot, man. It's red hot. So what we're doing, typical Emmy roundtable, where we all basically create our dream barbecue. It doesn't even have to be a dream, just a great afternoon / evening. You'll get it as we go along. I want to start with someone who I believe would strive so hard to create the best barbecue. He would almost make it his personal mission for the day. Stig, please tell me you've got a great barbecue going.
I hope so.
Here we go.
Right, I'm going to have to read this of what I've written. So for
Yes.
my barbecue, obviously I'm extending the invite to all the Modern Escapism listeners, their immediate family, and our amazing
He's got a big garden, guys.
podcast network we found recently. No, this isn't being in my garden. I'm hiring out fields for this.
Ooh.
I can do you a deal.
So this is,
we know a guy with a field.
as we know, every barbecue needs good food, cooked to perfection. To assist me with this, I'm enlisting a top chef and a special overseas guest.
Oh.
So for your more standard UK things like burgers, sausages, chicken, lamb chops, obviously I'm bringing in renowned chef and potty mouth Gordon Ramsay. Because not only is he going to
Fucking
serve
raw.
up some quality food, he's going to be top bants and get involved in the fun.
Top
Right.
mans.
Top bants. My overseas guest, I'm going to bring in the people who know how to do barbecue. And what nation knows how to do barbecue better than any?
Australia.
The Americans.
Oh.
Oh, you're going to get some hate for that.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
Australia.
Kangaroo after
100% the Americans. So all the way from Texas, I'm going to bring in Franklin Barbecue, rated the best barbecue restaurant in America.
Oh.
Famed for its queues as well as its food, Franklin Barbecue is proof that good things come to those who wait. Every day, patient patrons idle for hours for a slice of Pitmaster's Aaron Franklin's slowly smoked beef brisket. So not only do they do brisket, they do pork, pulled pork, shoulders, ribs, sausages, and all kinds of sides. So I'm bringing in the guys who do apparently America's best brisket.
You're doing some research, aren't you, boy? You've been doing it.
Mate, this is going to be the best barbecue of all time. You know,
I'm hoping
putting in the
so.
effort. For you vegetarians and vegans, you know, the selection to cater for your needs.
Look at him.
Plant-based alternatives, vegetable kebabs, halloumi kebabs, veggie burgers, salads and pastas. All
Enjoy
that kind
it.
of stuff. Enjoy that. And of course, there will be a mountain of garlic breads and corn on the cobs.
Yes.
All the food will be organic and where possible locally sourced. So it's more ethical and obviously get those best possible flavors.
Hang on. Locally sourced from America or from wherever you are?
I said
in
where
DJ's field.
where possible, locally sourced.
Okay. There's holes in this already, guys. There's holes in it.
Why? Where possible, locally sourced.
Where possible.
There's plenty
Okay,
of
carry on.
meat. There's plenty of meat in the UK and Ireland.
There's plenty of meat to go around, guys.
I have also brought in local breweries and gin distilleries. So I have the Black Sheep Brewery, who will be serving up a beautiful selection of beers, which include their classic
love
Yorkshire
that brewery.
Bitter,
Yes.
the Respite, it's a carbon neutral IPA, the Ridge Welter, a strong dark ale, a Refresher, which is a blonde beer, 54 lager, and Bobby Horn's Easy Apple Cider.
I fucking love
But if-
Black Sheep.
If beer and cider's not your tipple, I've got Masons of Yorkshire to provide all the gin and vodka you need.
Oh.
And of course, plenty of wine, Pimm's, rum, and soft drinks. I've also got, throughout the party, Brymore Ice Cream. It's a local parlour to myself. Amazing ice cream who use local milk and cream grazing on the dales of Yorkshire for award-winning ice cream. I highly recommend that you have the Cherry Winwham.
Cool.
So they'll be there all day.
Writing that
for
down.
Throughout the day, garden games will be provided, including the staples of Giant Jenga and Connect 4, but the main attraction will be the modern Escapism Ryder Cup. Those who choose to be involved will be split into 2 teams into a series of challenges. These will be single games, doubles, fours, and a full team challenge. The games will consist of beer pong, flip cups, quoits, cornholing, and a boat race of downing pints to finish it off.
Yeah.
The first team to reach 14.5 points, just like the Ryder Cup, will be declared the winner. For those of you not interested in the drinking game, we'll have a selection of consoles set up. So we'll have the Switch console set up. Yeah, you know, man. Our demographic is full of geeks and computer game enthusiasts. So they'll have some Mario Kart over there. We'll have a Guitar Hero station where people can battle out with guitars. You know what I'm like? They could do what they're everything. Not everyone's into the drinking games, you see. So I'm catering for all angles.
Good lad.
It's a man who's put on a children's party before, isn't it?
Yeah, he definitely has.
Yep. As the evening rolls on, we'll be treated to a small gig from none other than Sam Fender, because I think his music's kind of perfect for a barbecue, and also he's a jolly pisshead, so would love to get involved into the games. And then once the gig's over and the sky starts to darken, my good friend Vic Light will come into DJs early into the early morning with a tranquil trance set.
He's fucking good though, isn't he? He's fucking good, Vic. He's very good.
There you go.
He's expensive though, that's the problem.
I think going around it, Sam Fender might be a bit more expensive, but I've unlimited budget here. Unlimited budget.
Oh, you've got. I've actually put what mine's going to cost at the end, so you've got an unlimited budget, have you?
I'm not a poor man, but Stig, I don't think I can afford to go to a barbecue.
You can afford.
I think I can afford the tickets.
The invite was free for everyone. This is my
see
expense.
there, so.
It's at my expense. You come and drink your Black Sheep Brewery.
Doing DJ, it's in your fucking field. You're profiting from this.
That's true. I have one question about the Ryder Cup. Did you say the first to 14.5 points or the first to 14.5 pints?
Points.
Because I could score 14.5 pints.
No, the Ryder Cup, the winner is the first team to get to 14.5 points, isn't it? So this, where you have 2 games, so you'll have like a single game of beer pong, or you'll have a doubles game, and then right at the end, you'll have a boat race where it's a downing competition. So first team to win the downing competition.
Extremely not scared of drinking games. I've been known to beat many a man.
Is the last station of the drinking, the beer chugging part, is that Das Boot from Beerfest?
Oh,
it can be. It can be now.
Don't give him ideas, DJ. It's a competition. Excellent. Thank you very much, Stig. There's a lot going on.
For everyone.
I don't know where to look at this party.
It's for everyone, mate. It's catering for everybody. You know, if you don't, there are plenty of people who don't like meat. There are plenty of people who don't like alcohol. But you know, I'm not excluding them. So if they want to go and chat or play on some games, they can do that. But the rest of us who want to get absolutely wasted, go play those games for a few hours. It's an all-day event. Okay. An all-day event.
From Stig's Lollapalooza, I want to know what's happening in northern France. Northern France, from our French correspondent Biggie. What's happening there in Calais?
Well, I may be based in Calais, but I have booked an even better spot for my barbecue. It's going to be held at Harbour Lights, which is in Barbados, a beautiful beach bar.
Fucking hell.
Which is a perfect scenario for this. The event will be sponsored by Sweet Baby Ray's Barbecue Sauce, Jack Daniels, and Ben & Jerry's. The invites will, of course, go out to all of our extended, as Stiggy said, Emmy families and guests, etc. But there are a few important guests that I have invited. So looking after the food, there could only be one person that could deal with such an event, and it's got to be Adam Richmond from Man vs. Food. If anyone knows about food, it's him. Put him in charge of sorting out the menu. The food's going. There's going to be plenty of food for everybody.
He will.
You're getting a fight.
There's going to be plenty of food there. You can fight for it. But the music would, of course, be provided by the renowned DJ Scratch Bastard and the Gaff, who will be doing sets throughout the evening or afternoon, or however long it's going to go on for.
I love that man's name, Scratch Bastard. That's so fucking cool.
It's awesome, man. Please check out his music; it's incredible.
I am.
The bar will be run by Brian Flanagan, played by Tom Cruise, who will be looking after all of the cocktails. Everybody will, whatever drink you want, he knows what you want. He'll be
smiling, going,
that.
"Can I interest you in the Church of Scientology?" Woo! Spinning his fucking
A few more cocktails and maybe.
Woo!
Moving on to the special guests. So to mingle with obviously the crowd and all our friends and families, I've asked for Snoop Dogg.
God.
Yeah.
So everyone's stoned then.
Fuck yeah.
And his plus one, which would be his blunt roller. You've also
yeah. Real job.
got Eddie Izzard.
Nice.
I'm sure it should be fantastic. Mingling with everybody, with some relaying
Love
everybody
it
with
to
some
bits.
fantastic stories. Jackie Chan, naturally, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time chatting with him.
You won't
Maybe
leave him
do some
alone. That's
stunts.
the problem with Jackie Chan.
He's going to say, Jackie Chan will be doing so many stunts trying to get away from you.
Yeah, you'll be pinned in a corner. Jackie, tell me everything.
Jurgen Klopp, naturally, will be making an appearance, and he'll be arranging the five-a-side tournament.
Forgot
There's a five-a-side tournament. Nice.
Forgot to invite Jurgs.
And we all see him
No,
anyway,
it
so you'll be
figures.
fine. Following up, there'll be Sir David Attenborough, who I think would be fantastic to discuss
Great.
anything around the world.
Do you think he's got to
No,
be
wait.
vegetarian, surely?
Well, he'll know where all the meats come from, won't he? He'll be able to identify it.
This burger
All right.
started out.
As
It's
a
an
turtle.
orangutan.
Following that, the adorable Toni Collette naturally will be there because I just
Oh,
want
you
to.
just want to kiss her, don't you? That's
This is
Man
just,
all
this
over
is
her.
just your orgy.
Come on.
Well, speaking of that, the penultimate final guest is Rita Ora, just for the eye candy. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, well, fucking hellfire.
And did I mention
thought
that
this was-
none of you invited anymore? And it's just me and all these people.
Yeah, we're not invited.
But one other last guest who naturally couldn't not be invited would be Jared Leto. But when he gets to the door, I'll just tell him to fuck off.
Oh, perfection.
You would.
Jared's
He'd
club.
work his no.
He gets to the
Jared
door
would
of
work
the
his
beach.
magic. Yeah, he'd get in. He'd get in. That's the problem with Jared. He would get in, and everyone would
You would
love him.
know
And he'd
because his
start.
acting is so
standing up.
good. You would have no idea which person he was.
You think
in this.
he was Rita Ora? That's how good he is.
All he'd have to do is get the front door, drop a Morbius quote, and he'd be instantly in there.
He's
He'd be
in.
mobbing
He's
all
in.
over
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can we have Christian Bale be the bouncer when he's
No,
trying to get in?
no.
No.
There it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
Not
that's
coming
my
in here.
barbecue.
I love it. That's a fucking good barbecue. Let's go on to mine. Food. So I've gone for a more of a pescatarian vibe, naturally.
Ooh.
So I've gone for shut up. The main event is the jerk barbecue salmon with mango chop salad. Are you moaning now, Stig?
Yeah. Let's have a burger in my hand.
It's just a Caribbean twist. It's going to be nice. We've got some Levi Roots sauce on it and stuff like that. Then we've got grilled avocados. And then we've got garlic jacket potatoes, one of my specialities, where you pull all the potato out, you load it with garlic butter, shove them back in the oven. It's fantastic. We've got char-grilled oysters with a white wine dressing for the more sophisticated guests among us. Also, for the fussy kids and Stig, we've got your classic hot dogs, burgers. Even though, like I say, I am a pescatarian, I'm a charitable host and I do not mind meat being consumed at my barbecue. I am pro-omnivore. If you want to do that, you can do it. I'm not here to judge, but they are low, like Aldi hot dogs, Aldi burgers. I'm not buying them in. Okay,
Not
you
wrong,
happy with
not
that,
wrong
Stig?
with Aldi. Not wrong with Aldi burgers, mate.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. My kids fucking live on them. Telling you. Drinks, the most important part. So it's strictly a good drink occasion. That's the main thing I've got. So crates of shit beer, a band at the door. You come in with a big Foster's on your shoulder. Leave them outside. I'm not dealing with that shit. I know people like a cold Foster's on it somewhere, but not in my. This is in my back garden, by the way. Not going crazy. So yeah, they're left at the door. It makes people angry. It gives you a headache, and it ruins an evening when someone's had 14 cans of Carling because there's Billy Big Bollocks turns up. I've had 14 cans of Carling. Fuck off. Not down for it. So we've got 3 kegs of my favourite summer IPA, Shindigger, from Shangri-La, East Coast IPA. It's a nice 6.5%. Only 440 mils. Nice drink. Really good. You can have it warm, you can have it cold. It's a Manchester-based brewery, so I'm sticking with that strong North theme throughout, apart from the food, which is Caribbean. But so for the evening, we have my favourite stout at the moment, which is Hitachino Espresso Stout. Bang into it, 7%, lovely stuff from Beerhawk. Because I like a stout when it's getting. Do you know that my favourite part of the evening when you're having a party is when sun's down, it's getting a little bit cooler, but it's not too cool, and you still got your shorts on. You're just stouting it up. DJ fucking knows. You're just stouting that shit up. You're having a few nibbles by this point. And for the wine drinkers, we have my favourite, which is Solaris from Laurel Vineyards in East Yorkshire. Proper clean, bright white wine made from a single grape variety. And it's only £10.80 a bottle. So fucking go wild with that. Yeah, it's fucking good for decent wine, that. So we have a variety of gins on offer, mainly Plymouth gin, because that's the gin I like. Big into Plymouth gin. And just nice Indian tonic. Even Aldi's Indian tonic's really nice. So there's pop too for nerds if you want to drink pop. Like Diet Coke or whatever you like. I don't know. I've never drank pop at a barbecue. But it's there. Entertainment. So we've hired the Tatooine Cantina Band.
Play that one song.
Yeah, they're going to play that one song for 4 hours. Then we've got Tom Jones. He'll be there to do an acoustic set to stick with my Welsh roots to keep my mum happy. Because my mum was invited, by the way, so it'd be good. She loves Tom Jones, and if Tom Jones is there, she will turn up. Tom Jones! He'll be there.
And she will go home with him, and you'll have a new dad.
Yeah, I believe Tom Jones has already been home with my mum a few times. Well, that's what she tells us when she's drunk, anyway. Guest list, other than Tom Jones. We're sticking with a bit of a Yorkshire theme. I've invited legendary barbecue guest, Sir Patrick Stewart, for those barbecue anecdotes that he's famous for. He's brought a +1, Sir Ben Kingsley. He's brought him along. Come on, Sir Ben. Come on, turn up. Just two old boys just having a laugh. Also, Prince of Yorkshire, Sean Bean, Sean Bean, because I expect him to bring a bit of nuance to the proceedings, and he could potentially die that day. Mm-hmm. So I'll be excited. His +1 is Doctor Who's Jodie Whittaker for a bit of glamour and good crack, because apparently she's a laugh. Now, I did invite him, and he reluctantly turned up. It was just out of kindness. Ex-Yorkshireman Jeremy Clarkson, I invited him because you still got to have that antagonistic person at a barbecue, and Clarkson would be brilliant to punch. So after those 18
if he punches
stouts,
you first.
Yeah, exactly. He might punch us first. Probably punch you at the door. But
Eventually.
yeah, he's turning. And not born in Yorkshire, but he has a strong connection, and I'm breaking a rule of modern escapism. I'm inviting John Prescott, former MP for Hull. Absolutely knows how to throw a punch, just in case it kicks off with Clarkson. John Prescott can get involved and knock fuck out of him.
He's also got a spare Jag, so he can take people home at the end of the night.
This is what I'm thinking. And Prescott,
service?
he knows how to have a fucking pint. He don't give a fuck.
The man's never sober.
Exactly. I didn't invite him, but he turned up. Brian Blessed turned up. He tried to gate crash, but Prescott went ballistic, and they had a scrap in back garden. So Brian Blescott and Prescott, that is entertainment.
That's a loud party with Tom Jones and Brian Blessed. Can you imagine them having a chat? Fucking hell.
Exactly. He weren't invited, Blessed. He just turned up because he heard everyone else was there. You know what he's like. God, if you fucking asked him, he'd be on this podcast. Hello! Seen it, all that. Fucking Jesus, Brian, calm down. Cook. So we haven't hired a chef. It's going to be a bit of a everyone tucking in and getting involved affair, because I like that about a barbecue. I like taking shifts. I like people having shifts on the barbecue.
Wait. Are you hosting a barbecue or a commune?
No, everyone's just getting involved.
He's basically invited.
You've got the long hair and the beard. I'm wondering if you're setting up a cult here.
He's invited people to come and just do the work because he can't be asked. Lazy.
That's what you did.
You invited Gordon Ramsay, mate. You're not fucking cooking.
Got a chef, a professional chef in me. I didn't ask my friends and my guests to cook. I brought someone in to do a thing.
If Prescott turned up to you with a hot dog, here you go, pal. You'd be like, cheers, John. You'd eat it.
Yeah, because you'd be afraid of being punched in the face. You'd eat it raw.
This chicken's raw, mate.
Sir Ben Kingsley turns up and starts doing all the fucking fish, getting the fish going.
Hiding all the eggs in the house.
Exactly, yeah, no eggs allowed. But yeah, everyone. I like that when I go to barbecues myself. I like when people take shifts on the bar or the cocktail bar or the barbecue. I don't mind people mucking in and everyone getting involved, pitching in. People have expertise, and mine's not cooking, so everyone else can fucking do it. But yeah, that's basically my barbecue. It's mainly just a piss up with good food there at the side. I ain't touching that shit. I'm not bothered about food because eating's cheating, baby. So, yeah, that's my barbecue.
This was your concept episode.
That's good though. You're telling me that's not a good crack that evening at my house.
I mean, a barbecue usually is a piss up with food, isn't it?
Yeah.
With fire and food.
There's food there. If you're not satisfied, you can order a takeaway. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. Biggie, you've done yours, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm here. What do you mean, Gadget? Which one of us do you mean?
DJ, you've put a lot of effort into yours. I can see you're constantly fixing that whiteboard.
I mean, to be honest with you, like you're as you're spitballing here and getting a few ideas, I'm just clarifying a few bits on my my whiteboard that has been taken over. Like, I'll scrap my PhD. I'm now into the barbecue organizational business. So I'm far more focused on the guest list than anything else because I think, good company makes everything. It doesn't matter what you're doing with good company. And I decided I don't want too many people at my barbecue because, fuck it, I like a barbecue where everyone can mingle together and there's no strangers and you get to see and have conversation with everyone. Nice, close, tight-knit barbecue. So I've decided to confine the barbecue to the 6 people on this podcast.
All right.
And then very close to one of your guests, but he didn't quite make the list. I've decided to invite my top 5 barbecue guests from the Fellowship of the Ring.
Nice.
So,
into this.
Straight away, I think purely for comedic musings and the fact that they will bring the greatest weed in all of South Farding, Merry and Pippin are fucking number 1 and number 2 on the guest list. Sam and Flora can fuck off the dry shites. They can fuck off. They can eat fucking strawberries in a ditch.
We've had first barbecue. What about second barbecue?
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing. I mean, them guys are going to appreciate a fucking nicely cooked steak, aren't they?
And when they're stood on a table dancing, fucking what crack is that?
And this is the thing. So I was like, right, Merry and Pippin, they're bringing the weed.
Yeah.
Right, that's that boxed off. And they're also just the most fun characters you could fucking have at a barbecue, I reckon. And like, as well, I reckon I'd give them, I don't think I'd give them PTSD because I think it was a good experience with Treebeard, but I'm 6'5", so I reckon I let the beard grow again. I'd be like a paternal kind of influence on them, so they'd be like giving me the good weed, they'd be giving me the good weed.
Here's the good stuff.
Yeah,
would they call you Papa DJ?
They'd probably call me like Deej Beard or something. I don't know.
Deej Beard.
They can come up with that themselves. Then I actually think, right, you have to bring Gandalf because number 1, that man would tell some fucking stories, and the way his diction and everything is, the way he spins a yarn, I could sit and listen to that fucker at a fire all night long. Plus,
is it secret? Is it safe?
He's going to bring the fireworks.
Oh yeah,
mate.
That man has good fireworks. Like,
and he can entertain the kids with the shapes in the smoke as well.
But there's no fucking they're hobbits, they're not kids. There's no kids coming to this.
No kids at this party, mate.
That's
come
right.
on,
They only look like children to your eyes.
That's politically incorrect, that mate.
Yeah. So I bring Gandalf for the fireworks and the stories, and then I think
racist. I've got hobbits for mates.
I'm not that short.
I think the 2 biggest pint men in the Fellowship, without a doubt, are Gimli, son of Gloin, and Aragorn. That men drink pints. Like Gimli is like, need we say any more? Like, that guy was born with a goblet in his hand.
He was.
And like in the Prancing Pony, Aragorn is supping pints, waiting for
he is
waiting for the hobbits. He's supping pints. And he has his wits about him with a few pints. There'll be nothing to get
and
past
he's supping pints at work. He's working.
Yeah. So he's I don't give a fuck. I'm going to drink. So I think they'd be.
Legolas is on gin and prosecco, isn't he? He can fuck off.
Well,
they can't
Legolas isn't
elves
invited.
can't get drunk.
No, that's the 5. That's the 5 then. You've got Gimli, Aragorn,
He's not
Gandalf,
coming.
and the 2. Like, Legolas can fall. Legolas is dry. Like, there's no. The cunt doesn't smile. And then, and like that's what I said. Right, Boromir, you're not like fuck me. The last person you want. You're like what? He'd just bring it down. He'd keep trying to steal other people's food, and
he'd be the one that takes it into politics.
Yeah, and then he'd
This is
be
for
staring at
Gondor.
Aragorn. He'd be staring at Aragorn. He'd be, doesn't matter. It's but a cut. Like he just fucking. I couldn't be dealing with Boromir now. And like I said,
Buzz
Sam
killing.
and Frodo,
He'd be like, sat there going, if I'd have taken the ring, this is what would have happened. And he'd just be like, fucking hell, mate, shut up.
The ring's gone. The ring's gone, Boromir. Let it fucking die.
Where were Rohan when Gondor was in need? Pass me a pint.
but this is it. But I love to ask Merry and Pippin as well. What did the Uruk-hai smell like?
Rotten flesh,
like-
probably.
I just look at them and I think they look smelly, but I think they'd surprise you. You
How
know,
compelling.
Links
Baby
Africa.
yeah.
I know how they
reckon
wore
they-
axe.
Yeah.
You know the way hemorrhoid cream originated from shark cartilage. I reckon
Yes.
Lynx Africa originated from the Uruk-hai.
Yeah, probably.
So that's
Probably.
my guest list. It's us 6 and that select 5 from the Fellowship because I want the top tier of crack from the Fellowship. I want to get rid of the dead wood from the barbecue. The rest are fine. They're good characters, but they're not barbecue material. And as well, I think Merry and Pippin, like because they drank the water in Fangorn Forest, like I think they've
taller.
yeah, and they've been out in Isengard and stuff. I think their complexion would be okay in barbecue weather, whereas I think Sam and Frodo probably have had a bit too much UV exposure from Mount Doom.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be a responsible adult as well here. So that's
You don't want
the
Frodo's
Frodo,
in the
'cause
Undying
you-
Lands anyway.
You'd have to carry him home, wouldn't you?
yeah, and he'd only be complete. It's so shoulder like fuck off. So then
Sam would definitely be there as well. As the more he got drunk, he'd just be like, I love my wife and kids. Let me tell you about
Rosie.
my wife. Oh, look, she did this. And you just be like, he'd never shut up about his wife and kids.
Yeah, Sam would definitely have a phone going, look at pictures of my kids. Sam, put your phone away. It's a fucking barbecue.
He'd be saying that constantly while staring at Frodo across the park.
yeah. I mean, if we're going to talk about wanking stories later on, like I'd say Sam has some serious wanking stories from Immin Muir, like stuck in the rocks.
Absolutely.
Like I'd say hiding behind a rock, looking at Frodo having a quick one. Anyway,
He's a villain.
Shouting potatoes as he comes.
Haters.
Potato!
you just know when Sam ejaculates, he's like, "Remember I were to marry one. It could have been her." Anyways, moving on to the menu before we descend into chaos. Like you can all fuck off.
Comes on you.
If I'm hosting a barbecue, I'm wearing a fucking apron, and you can you can eat my food. And my barbecue, again, is woke. We do cater for vegans and vegetarians. We do cater for pescatarians. The actual barbecue I have has 4 plates, and 1 plate is has never had meat on it.
Nice.
So we do cater for those types.
That's real life
here.
as well.
That's real life, yeah.
See, Stig, listen.
That's what you guys have.
Brought in all the
phone.
vegan stuff, mate. I catered for
Yeah,
everyone. Mine was all organic as well. Like, it's locally sourced organic.
It doesn't get like literally. We're going to be eating.
He lives on a farm.
meat. Like you can actually probably like it's like the episode of The Simpsons where they bring the cow in and
Pick
you
your cow.
which one. So the menu I was at, like I based the menu on the best wedding I've ever been to, where they just had like an all-you-can-eat buffet of barbecue. It was spectacular. So I have a couple of different cuts of steaks. I have burgers, hot dogs, chicken, all the works. Then we have to bring the Irish aspect in. So I got jacket spuds, wrapped in tin foil, cooked on the barbecue. I have some fried onions and mushrooms on the flatbed bit, some coleslaw and some potato salad. So you just have this big hearty meal. And then, so for the vegetarians and the vegans, so the vegans have the option without the halloumi of the veggie or vegan skewers. So I have a big long skewers with halloumi, red onion, cherry tomatoes, and a little cube of pineapple on it as well.
Ooh,
so
I'm down for that.
They're always a hit at the barbecue, and then you can jib the halloumi if you're vegan.
Yeah.
So we're catering for everyone, and then we also have a big bath that we're going to put a load of pineapple in chopped up, wrap it in tin foil, because charred pineapple through tin foil on a barbecue
Incredible.
is fucking delicious. Delicious. And also, speaking of desserts, then there's a dairy farm not far from me that makes its own ice cream called Friesian, because they come from Frisian cows. So we have locally sourced ice cream, locally sourced food. All the ingredients come from within 5 kilometer radius of the farm. Top notch, except the drinks, because we're going big with the drinks menu. We have 3 different cocktails on the menu. We have mojitos, we have porn star martinis, and we have Molotovs. And then we have 2. We have just to throw a bit of fucking spark in there. We have a few Molotov cocktails as well, just in case it kicks off between Barry and Pippin.
It's the fire pit sorted.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm culturally very naive. In the UK, did you guys have super split ice creams, the orange ones with the vanilla ice cream inside it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
we had strawberry splits as well.
There was a beer that came out. We never got that far. We just about have internet now these days. So there was a beer created about 3 years ago. It was a cross between Wicklow Wolf Brewery and Yellow Belly Brewery in Wexford, which isn't too far away. And it created a beer called Super Soaker, and it tasted like a super split ice cream. It was 2.2%. It was a 2.2% ale, a 2.2 or 2.5%. So you could drink this from the start to the finish of the day, and you'll get tipsy and drunk, but your arse is going to be falling out of your pocket. So I'm going to have that, and also Rascals in Dublin have a Club Rock Shandy Pale Ale that's 4.5%. If you fancy something a little bit stronger, I'm not going into the imperial strengths oodles like you are, but that's what I'm having.
Always, mate.
Yeah. So I'm going to have it in the farm. So it's all done in our field down the road. We're going to have a big, massive marquee kind of setup. Just because it's Ireland, there might be a few spots arranged during the day. And entertainment-wise, we have the fucking entertainment. We get to chat to 5 of the fellowship. Entertainment is going to be big round fire, good chat. I reckon Aragorn can play a few fucking diddles on the guitar and the tin
He's
whistle.
a good singer as well.
Yeah, he can bang out a tune as well. And the guests are the entertainment as well. So I don't need to be spending all this money on Sam Fender or fucking fancy DJs. I just have friends.
Oh, he's not fancy.
It's Becky.
You're telling me Scratch Bastard isn't fancy?
You what? No.
You're telling me
Scratch
Scratch
Bastard.
I just got right there. I was talking about my mate Vic. I just brought him in.
So that's my barbecue. Good food, good hearty food around a big fire in a field, with good beer, good cocktails, and fucking just conversation, just fucking tight knit community style barbecue.
That sounds like the barbecues that I just go to with my friends. I've got hobbit friends, you know what I mean? It's like fucking just tall hobbits, really tall.
I'm going to try and pull Gandalf.
The only problem is that when everyone gets pissed and Aragorn gets his guitar out, Gimli's going to want to try and get on that.
Yeah,
and you know he's fucking terrible and ham-fisted. But he'll try and do Wonderwall, and everyone will go, fuck's sake.
Gimli's not going to sing Wonderwall. He's going to go, I knew it. I did know it.
I used to know it. No, just wait.
I used to know it. It's not tuned. Gimli, fucking get off.
Gloin is turning in his fucking grave. Get off.
Right, Gadget. Unfortunately, you've got to follow that.
Okay. Right, well, so mine will take place in a venue to be determined, essentially probably...
Is it outside? That's the big question with you.
It's one of them there outside barbecues. Food, because that's clearly the most important thing to me. This one takes some pre-prep, because we're going to be smoking some of the meat for several days ahead of time.
Oh.
So we're doing slow-smoked pork ribs and slow-smoked beef brisket. And we're talking the kind of low and slow smoke. You know, it's like 40 degrees for a week and a half, that kind of thing. So it becomes super tender, and just fall apart kind of meat. We're also going to be having those, not quarter-pounder burgers, we're doing the half-pound burgers with the cheese in the middle.
Oh,
I've heard they're incredible.
They're amazing. We don't do hot dogs in this house, so instead we're doing bratwurst and currywurst.
We don't do hot dogs in this house.
Nah, it's just eyeballs and arseholes, isn't it?
Yeah.
For those who don't like the heavier meats, there will be a side of salmon baked in foil.
Now we're talking, baby.
For the memes, just a big bowl of gazpacho soup, just because I remember that joke from The Simpsons.
Yes.
And vegetarians will be catered for. There will be kind of salady stuff, cheesy stuff, all that kind of things.
There's a carrot for each vegetarian.
Yes, a carrot. Also, any of the vegetarian food comes, accompanied with the requisite scowls from the meat eaters. It's required.
Cucumber dog.
Cucumber dog.
Overseeing all this food will be one of the guests I brought in, who was the mayor of Flavortown himself, Guy Fieri.
yes.
Now we're talking.
I mean,
has he got a flame T-shirt on?
Of course he does. That's all he owns.
Good man. It is.
He owns 4 restaurants.
Yeah, he does own 4 restaurants.
Yes,
as
and
well.
he always wears that flaming shirt. Entertainment-wise. Well, it's my party, and I'll be a teenager if I want to. I'm bringing all the 2000s pop punk bands back.
I know you would.
Yeah,
you fucking mosher.
Yeah, we're going to be using just a casual time travel machine that I found at the car boot sale. We'll be going back to get the original version to Sum 41, a de-aged and reformed Blink 182 from back when they were good. Less Than Jake, MXPX, basically anyone you'd find on an American Pie soundtrack in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I can already hear it in my head.
Was that include James?
Is Avril Lavigne there as well?
Yeah, probably. She'll come along with Derek Whibley from Sum 41.
Stig's definitely coming if Avril's there.
She won't be leaving with him.
Just need to get in there before she goes with Chad Kroeger.
Oh,
you don't want that Nickelback stink on you.
Why have you invited him?
No. I'm saying just she gets married to him later on.
Chad Kroger's going to be looking over the fence, going, "Hey guys, I was around mid 2000s too."
Fuck off, Chad.
Look at this graph. Oh God!
For the alcohol side, because we're doing alcohol and we're doing it hard. There will be whiskey. Neat. The ice will be on the opposite end of the bar to the whiskey to give you an implicit knowledge that ice does not go in the whiskey.
Oh, how dare you!
Cold rocks. You can put cold rocks in whiskey if you're that.
Yeah, cold rocks if you need it, but not ice.
Never ice.
Beer will be plentiful.
What beer?
So it's going to be a myriad of kind of smaller ales and for instance, not that I like particularly the company, but a lot of Punk IPA. Really enjoy Punk IPA. So beers of kind of that ilk. The problem is I'm not the most au fait at the minute with what is currently out in the beer world.
Can I bring my own?
You can bring your own beer.
I'll set you up with my contact at Black Sheep Brewery.
Excellent.
You're right out, mate.
Black Sheep's incredible.
Oh, I love Black Sheep, but it's also heavy for a summer drink.
Oh, they've got loads though. They've got the lagers, the
blondes,
ciders,
the blondes.
Yeah,
blonde. Yeah,
there will be a lot of Leffe blonde because I do enjoy that one.
I'm a sucker for a blonde.
And some Hogarden because I like saying
Hogarden.
Hogarden.
Some Effers. Can I have some Effers?
I don't even know what that
Pilsner.
is. Okay, go for it.
It's a little stubby Pilsner.
What I'll do is when I send the invites out, I'll just have a line there going, "What is your preferred beer?" And I'll make sure that everyone is catered for.
You did that when I came to see you. You said, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
So that is true. That is true.
Yeah. There will be cocktails, but because of the amount of people and how fun this will be, cocktails will all be served by the pint.
Yeah. So you don't keep having to go up.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Pretty much happened at our one of our summer parties when I used at my old company.
Yeah.
We had one of the lads who worked there. He was just on the bar and he'd just give you a pint glass. Like, there you go, mix it, and you taste it. Like, this is more alcohol than mix. It's like, yeah. That night ended very badly for me.
I did that same thing. We did a summer punch at a barbecue once. We only had pint pots because we're all beer drinkers.
Yeah.
Fucking Summer Punch fucks you. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, that was some
I won't
champagne
be seeing
punch
red
one,
for
yeah.
fucking 3 days. Like Summer Punch Red, not blood. Summer Punch Red.
Aside from everything else, there'll be a roped-off area so that men of a certain age will be able to observe the grill master and comment, however, keeping them away from the actual act of cooking.
Telling them that they do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know those guys.
There'll also be like kind of like a toy box thing of like extra tongs and all that, so they get to stand there kind of clicking tongs and kind
Clicking
of
them,
feeling
clicks.
important. And
We've got a Smeg barbecue at home. It's best barbecue you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You've either got to do a few test clicks or just stand there with your hands on your hips, just next to the person barbecuing.
yeah, they'll have some like I was at this barbecue aprons as well, so that they can like hang the tongs in the apron.
They're doing this as well.
Yeah,
Smell that. Smell that.
They'll also be discussing the difference between applewood chips and kind of beach chips and deciding and realizing that no one actually knows the difference between the kind of chip smell within a barbecue.
Exactly.
Activities will include the traditional James Corden hunt, where we dress someone up as James Corden and they are told to run and they have to be hunted.
To the death, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a northern thing. It's what we do.
Definitely a northern thing. There will be an overground pool provided so people can swim with special guest lifeguard Michael Barrymore.
Oh, God.
I'm not going in. I am not going in that pool.
They'll be bobbing for apples.
Too soon, mate. Too soon.
They'll be bobbing for apples, but in cider, not water.
Yeah. That's what we do down here.
I think Michael Barrymore might win the James Corden hunt if he's over the swimming pool.
Yeah, he will. He will. Conflict of interest there.
Yeah. We'll be playing Russian roulette with super soakers. Essentially, one of them is filled with Tabasco sauce and goose chilies, and you're basically aiming at each other's eyes.
I've literally done that with the hot sauce, and I got it on the side of my face, and I had like a fucking burn. I didn't have a tash that day, and I had a burn. That's how fucking strong that hot sauce was. I'm never playing that ever again, so I'm opting out.
And
on that one.
And kind of last up, because I know my podcast compatriots here are trouble. You're all trouble. To keep trouble from occurring, the following will be put in place. A cardboard cutout of Todd Howard will be placed on a remote control car, and that will keep Candy occupied for hours chasing it down.
Fair enough.
Oodles will be given a bingo card featuring things he does but is not self-aware enough to realise that he does. Other guests will also be given the bingo card, and they'll be encouraged to mark it off when he does things. The winner gets the cursed item.
That cursed item.
That cursed item.
Finally.
Biggie will be constantly asked by various guests of the party to bring something up on Netflix, meaning that he's kept from saying inappropriate things to other guests. And Stig will be given an impossible task to do and told that last year someone else had done it.
Absolutely.
He does not look impressed.
He's pissed off. He's like, what did they do? What did they do? Furious.
All of these things will be observable, and guests can place bets on when the members of the pod realise they're being fucked with.
I would still chase the cardboard cutout, even if I was being fucked with. I don't care.
This is coming home with me.
Yeah.
Who's being fucked with this?
I'd be too.
In that case, we'd have to attach it to a drone.
I'd be too busy celebrating the James Corden
the victory in the James Corden hunt.
Yeah.
The cunt hunt.
You do know when you catch James Corden, you have to skin him in front of everyone. It's tradition.
Do we not actually invite James Corden
Only
to
if he's
this party?
still wearing that cat suit.
Yeah, he's in the cat suit. That's part of it.
So yes, that is my barbecue.
Loved it. It's been a jam-packed summer. Candy, finish us off. Ooh,
I don't know how I'm going to top these. I will try though. So I've gone a bit of a flight of fancy. So we're going off to Destiny Island from Kingdom Hearts. So it's nice, private little island, crystal clear water, white sand, relaxing waterfalls, and we can drink our cocktails from the hollowed out little star fruit things they got. Yep. So in charge of food prep, I've got absolute favourite Mads Mikkelsen's Hannibal Lecter. There'd be a strict no human rule, obviously.
I was just about to say, is he feeding us?
Is he doing the shopping?
Yeah,
he's not doing. I will do the shopping personally. I will take his recommendations. I'm doing
Mads,
shopping.
can you guarantee that is lamb brain and not person brain? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I mean, would we be able to tell? Anyway, it's just something about the love and care he puts into the preparation of food. He'd just go out all the way out and spare no expense. I think we'd have to talk about his outfit though, because I'm not having anyone in a barbecue wearing like a 3-piece suit. He'd have to get the Hawaiian shirt on just for the day. Flip-flops, Crocs maybe. So his barbecuing...
Crocs? Did you just say?
He can rock a Croc. It's fine, we're at a barbecue.
There's nothing wrong with a Croc, mate. I've got them on now.
See? Exactly. Get the sand in between your toesies. It's fine.
Crocs are
Enjoy
cool.
it.
I'm saying that now.
So his barbecuing partner, this is not going to be a traditional barbecue, I will add. And this was inspired by our Alien RPG playthrough, but it's going to be Ellen Ripley. And she's going to be flamethrowing everything. So we're going to shove it on the barbecue. Up it goes.
Cook, you bitch.
I hope you like things well done. So at the salad bar, we've got Remy from Ratatouille. And we'd have a select... It's kind of like a build your own taco. He is the master of culinary excellence, sir.
Mate, that's not hygienic, having a rat jumping about on your food.
He's not a rat, he's made of pixels.
He was until Ratatouille came around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
A nice selection of fresh, hard, and soft taco shells as well. So it's like a build your own taco type experience.
I'm banging to that.
I love a taco. So, cocktail of choice, fresh margaritas. Nothing goes better than barbecue food in the hot sun, like a nice mug. And to make them would be Greg from the YouTube channel How to Drink. He's
Love him.
Yeah, absolute legend of the alcohol expert. His channel, he kind of recreates drinks from films and video games, or he'll just make it.
It's how he described things as well. He's
absolutely spot on. And do you know what? I love his channel as well because it's fairly obvious, like he samples the goods as he goes. So by the end of the night, he's going to be absolutely blasted. Love it.
Yeah.
So Puds, I know Puds aren't really big at a barbecue, but I'm inviting Nigella Lawson. Not only
fucking hell, I'm there, mate.
Yeah, well, a bit of eye candy as well. Everyone likes a bit of Nigella, but
putting that spoon in her mouth.
Yep, she can whip up a nice ice cream.
I bet she can.
Yeah. But she likes to party, doesn't she? So she'd bring the magical extras to keep the party going throughout the night. I reckon she'd have a good...
to bring the boys to the yard.
Absolutely, you've got it. Yeah, I think she'd have a go on Ripley's flamethrower as well. Like I feel like they become BFFs. You can imagine what a dream team.
Imagine that.
The best part about it being on Destiny Island, there's no wasps. No wasps on Destiny Island.
Oh yeah.
You're a big waspophobe.
I'm not a waspophobe. I'm just a wasp hater, really. It's not fear, it's hatred.
If you go like that, they'll fling off, mate. Fling! You gotta slap them.
No, you can't anger. That's what everyone says. That you can't flap around when there's a wasp. You'll make them angry.
I do same with flies and stuff. And I just...
Yeah, flies it works. Wasps just attack after that. I've seen it happen.
If you hit them hard enough, mate, they'll fucking fall out of the sky. You're a god compared to a wasp.
Then they die and send out...
Distress
signal, yeah, and then you'll get
come and get
all
inside.
And then you'll be Macaulay Culkin.
in my girl.
Wasps are proof that God exists and wants us to be miserable.
Mm-hmm. They've got no reason to be alive. They're just nature's sadists. But anyway,
they're chavs. They're chavs in yellow tracksuits. They are because they exist simply to fuck up your day and steal your pint.
Maybe we could send the wasps after James Corden.
I'm pretty sure wasps still do pollinate as well, but let's not get into that.
What if you kill the wasp, but it's actually Hope Pym, and you've killed Hope Pym?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from wasps. So
risk and willing to take.
So for
Your
music,
biggest news segment next week.
Yeah, man. And killed by a wasp.
So music-wise, we'll be using a sound system during the day. We'll get a band in later, don't worry. But I don't want.
By sound system, do you mean Alexa?
A ghetto blaster, old school. Yeah. No, a ghetto blaster. So I don't really want music to be the main focus during the actual barbecue. I want people to be able to actually talk to each other. So there's one particular playlist on Spotify. I didn't create it, but this actually exists. You'll be able to find it for yourself. It's called Mr. Blobby Goes on an All-Day Sesh. Goes on an all-dayer. And it's just absolute wall-to-wall bangers. It's all pretty much dance music. And I'm usually like a rock and metal person, but it doesn't always fit the tone of a barbecue, does it? It's always sometimes a bit
Gotta watch
loud.
out, Mr. Blobby. He's a known ketamine fiend.
Well,
Fucking
he
always
knows
on
how
the
to party,
ketamine.
old Blobby. Listen to some of these
Fucking
bangers.
does.
So just
Force of
a
nature.
Yep. So just a small selection of this playlist, and like I said, you'll be able to look it up yourself. Spotify. We've got Eric Prydz, Armin van Helden, Roger Sanchez, Sash encore une fois, Paul van Dyke.
Encore une fois.
So you kind of get the vibes from that. Actually, I've got.
Has it got Darude Sandstorm on it?
Sounds
I
like
think it
I'm
probably does. It's got to, doesn't
2002
it?
summer.
So I have a story about that playlist, which I'll tell you in the green room. Actually,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
a near-death encounter.
Get on that Patreon, guys. It's worth it. Fuck.
So in the evening, just as the sun's starting to set, the magic hour, like you were saying, just starting to get a little bit cooler, sun's getting a little lower
Love
in
it.
the sky. We'd have live performances by Massive Attack and Portishead and maybe some solo stuff from Mochiba. So it's kind of carrying on with the dance theme, but just taking it down a little notch so we can just chill out, enjoy the sunset. And the location of the bands they're going to be playing in between, I'm going to set up a little stage. They're going to be playing in between the waterfalls on the island. So it's going to be nice, just nice and chill, take it down a bit. Truckload of weed, obviously.
Could I possibly suggest for the final act of the night, bring in a little bit of Faithless?
Oh, yeah, we can put some Faithless
We,
in.
we can't get
Lovely.
no sleep.
Maybe a bit of DJ Shadow, keep it West Country.
DJ
Wow.
Shadow.
Scratch bastard.
DJ Shadow.
He's awesome.
Listen.
Scratch bastard.
Listen and learn. Biggie knows.
Southern
So yeah,
Wales.
our guests obviously it'll be us and our friends and family. So guests include summer favourites such as Will Smith, Vin Diesel, Pitbull.
Will Smith. He's going to kick off.
That's all right. It's fine. You need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
Just going to walk in rhyming Kodak with Kodak.
Exactly.
My favourite rhyme.
And then Planty's going to bust through and go, I think you'll find that's my name now.
We've also got the cast of Grown Ups. So Sandler's come in, I'm afraid.
Oh, for fuck's
Cast of-
sake.
Cast of
Fucking hell.
He's going to be like,
Bridesmaids.
I've heard you've been talking shit about me, and oh, God.
Oh, but did you
That's
say
where
you
Will
liked his
Smith comes
latest film?
in.
I'm going to get socked in fucking skull.
No,
If-
Will
if-
Smith
if-
will come and protect you.
If the cast of Grown Ups are coming, does that mean I can spend the evening like bullying David Spade?
Yeah, David Spade's going to be there.
if you want to be that guy.
I mean, David Spade
Spade is
probably
there.
deserves it.
Yeah, I
Then
mean, there are a few exceptions.
It was nice of
'cause
Candy
Rob
to
Schneider's
also
not in that
invite
film,
Harvard.
so Rob Schneider would be who you would normally bully.
He's in the second one, isn't he? I think he's got the hot daughter.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bjorn Ironside
So, I mean,
is his son.
Schneider's
Yeah.
waiting to come in. He's at the front door. He's knocking. No one's heard him. No one's seen him out the window because he's too short.
Do you think he's got clothes on, Rob Schneider? I don't think he has.
To begin with.
He'd
He could
sneak
be
in as a
measured,
piece of barbecue meat, wouldn't he? Rob Schneider is a burger.
Yeah. I think he'd come naked.
He could be
Schneider
method
into our
acting
DMs.
as for the next Juice Bigelow. He could be method acting.
Yeah, could be, yeah. Male gigolo, indeed.
Juice Bigelow, barbecue gigolo.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Bigelow.
you ain't get no sleep.
Mrs. Doubtfire, she'd be sitting at the bar crisping and dishing out run-by fruitings to any of the guests that start to kick off.
Burning her tits.
Burning her tits, exactly. The cream on the face, the whole shebang.
Hello! Love it.
And then to end the evening, we'd sit around a bonfire toasting marshmallows. So Ripley's just chilling out now. She's had a few margs. Her flamethrowers run out of juice. And we'd have a fireworks display from Rammstein's pyro team. Just to
So no
end
one's
the-
getting any eyebrows left.
It's going to be out to sea, I think. We'll get them to fire it out. It's safe. It's all right. They know what they're doing. And
So
yeah,
you did base this on Destiny Island from Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
Are any of the Kingdom Hearts people turning up?
No, we
Donald Duck.
fucked
We
them
ate,
off.
we've ate them.
Yeah.
The duck.
Oh boy!
Crispy duck.
No, they
That's
fucked
a good
off.
shout. It's a good shout. Eating Donald Duck, isn't it?
Baby tasty.
A nice bit of duck.
Yeah, pancake, crispy pancake. Lovely.
Oh God.
Mickey Burger.
Yeah.
Damn tasty rat burger.
Goofy dog. Oh, he's not a dog, is he? Pluto dog.
What did you just say? Dog? Mickey dog? Did you just
Goofy
say?
dog.
Goofy's a dog as
Goofy
well.
dog. Goofy's a dog.
Goofy's
Hey,
a
so
dog who
Ruben-
has a dog.
Yeah, they're all going on the
there's
barbecue.
a lot of people saying he's not actually a dog, so I don't know.
Goofy and
Goofy?
Pluto are dogs. Is just different.
If he's not a dog, what is he? Some eldritch horror?
That's what they
Yeah,
say.
and that.
yeah.
No,
Google
Goofy's
it.
a dog. He's
Anyway.
a dog.
Again,
Not coming.
the only rule I have: absolutely no acoustic guitars. And you know what? I think if Rammstein are gonna we can invite Rammstein as well. Maybe as a little snackette on the way home, we can have them making the Bratwurst.
Telling you, this is turning into a candy orgy.
Yeah,
Well, there's always an orgy when Rammstein's around.
you're not going home alone, are you? Okay, now.
Oh no!
Going on with a team.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I'm
come on,
a
boys.
cardboard cutout of Todd.
You're not actually getting Todd to go to the party.
No, because he'd make everything break, wouldn't he?
You'd be like,
I know what
Todd, you
I'll
can
say.
take
We'll
your
have
leather
Todd on
jacket
the
off.
barbecue, and you'll be like, "Oh, it'll be glitching," and so no, he's not
Yeah.
invited.
You can't have
These
your
shoes are too
barbecue dropping
shiny.
frames.
No, you can't.
I can see him in a flip flop though.
you just imagine, I just think keep it there with a burger in your mouth and then it just glitch out your hand and fall on the floor. Like, fucking
Aw.
not again.
Or it turned into a sweet roll or something.
Yeah.
Just got
Oh,
Skyrim
God.
running on the barbecue. Look.
No, Todd, stop! Please stop!
It just be wandering around.
How did you do that? It doesn't even have a screen.
Skyrim
I
works
bet,
on everything.
I bet DJ's barbecue with 4 trays have got Skyrim on it. Quite easily. You can play it on anything.
Play on pregnancy tests.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't be handing those out at the barbecue though.
Day
You won't need
after
them
that,
until
that's
a
what
couple of weeks
day
later.
Yeah, that's for later.
Yeah.
Complimentary
But yeah.
plan
So,
B. when
No
you leave.
acoustic guitars. Ground rule.
Before we leave this barbecue, then, what is the estimated cost of everyone's individual barbecue? Because I've put mine at a nice, tasty £5,000. Very, very simple, very, very cheap.
Such a fucking Yorkshire dad to fucking get the cost of it as well.
I've put it down. I've brought it down massively as well.
Your fantasy barbecue and you've skimped on it to get it down to
Yeah,
£5,000.
I fucking have.
£5 grand.
fucking have.
What's the
A lot of the
£5 grand
guests-
gone on?
A lot of the guests have come for charitable reasons. It's a charity
So
event.
you've had
as
to
well.
pay. You've had to pay them to come to your barbecue. How sad.
I don't know Sir Patrick Stewart, do I? I don't know him. I've got to pay him. I'll say it's for some kind of fucking charity.
You have to pay the travel to get there.
How much would yours be then, Gadget? Because
A significant. Well, to be fair, you can get most of those 2000s pop punk bands for about $5 each because none of them are working.
yeah, easy.
Time machines are expensive to run. You've got to get the nuclear energy, so that's probably several
You said
billion.
you found the time machine from Aldi.
Yeah. No, I found it at a car boot sale, but you need the
Car boot sale, that was it.
you need the nuclear material to get it going, and unless I get the
plutonium.
the Albanians involved, and that doesn't work anyway.
You don't invite them.
No, nah.
Liam needs to do it all then.
I mean, the mayor of Flavortown's very busy in Flavortown, so I'm going to have to pay him a fair bit and fly him over first class for him and his grill.
He is not going coach, is he?
No. That ego can't get in the coach.
Rare.
And getting someone to go to LA to kidnap James Corden and get him back into the country so we can do the traditional
Because he knows
hunt.
it's that time of year as well.
He
They're not
knows-
taking me again. They're not taking me again.
He knows it gets to kind of July, August time, and he's going to
want
get
him-
hunted.
Yeah.
So it adds up. I haven't got a precise budget for it, but it's not quite as much as the GDP of a country, but it's getting there.
It's north of 50 grand, isn't it, yours?
Very north of 50 million, but yeah.
Stiggs has already told us his was unlimited. I think.
No,
it
mine
was,
mine was free because I exchanged all services for clout on the Modern Escapism network.
Love it. No, that's smart. It's a smart move. I like it. DJ, how much does yours cost? You've got
I
a
reckon,
whiteboard.
considering I own the land, probably own the
Yeah, that's
animals as
pretty cheap.
well. I could probably grow the spuds myself, and the vegetables and most of the drinks. Yeah, I reckon I'm coming in less than $1,000.
Wow, he's tighter than me. We found
It's
one.
it's not that I'm tight. I'm just well placed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No
Iggy, how
overhead
much is yours
cost.
costing? No overhead.
Well, mine's an arrangement with the companies that sponsored it, so a lot of that will be covered. I think it's more the
Oh
costs
yeah, you
to
did
get-
say that.
It's more the costs of getting to Barbados for the guests and
You've got big JD money and all, haven't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's going to take care of a lot of it. So yeah, it shouldn't be too much really.
Candy, how much is your barbecue on a fantasy video game island?
I'm not paying for it. Todd Howard is with all the money I've put into ASO with the loot boxes. He's just putting
Oh,
it
he's
back.
paying you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's paying you back.
Yeah.
But not
That's cool.
but not
Money's no
invited.
object.
That's cool. What I want to know is then if our listeners have come up with some kind of fantasy barbecue scenario and what their ideal scenario would be. Have we got a bulging sack of spuds there? I tried, guys. I tried so hard.
Yeah. There's it's not a massive sack of spuds, but it's enough that you could beat someone to death with it. So, you know.
I tried so hard. Don't laugh at me.
Xenos has said, I'm not great at barbecues, but I can tell you that if I were trying to host the ultimate one, I would want Ron Swanson to be in charge of the food and the cooking.
Yeah.
You just know that man knows his grilling. Yes, but if you'd seen far enough in Parks and Recreation, his idea of grilling is to slaughter the animal in front of the barbecue itself so it's as fresh as possible. So you have to account for that when
So
you
does
bring
DJ.
Ron Swanson into a barbecue.
You choose your cow. It's got a name. He knows its mother, its father. He'll fucking say, pick a cow.
That's the tag number.
Look, he's got numbers. He's got tags.
That's the tag for the cow that I had for dinner this evening.
Little earrings that they have in. Beautiful.
Earrings.
Yeah, the little earrings. It's fashion. It's fashion for cows.
The next time when we're doing the calves, I'm going to say we're going to Claire's accessories.
Yeah, that's it. Cows accessories.
Sorry, Gadget.
Lee Davies has said, food, loads of different German sausages and all the trimmings, fries and cheeses. So everyone's going to be very farty at this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Has
For
to be
guests,
outdoor.
he's going to say, my mate's in Scarborough, where I lived for 17 years until I moved to Sheffield 2 years ago. Oh, you went down in the world there. No one moves to Sheffield.
Considerably better than Sheffield. Considerably better.
Music, Grand Theft Audio. They played my wedding and also my 40th birthday party. Cool.
Oh. Grand Theft Audio is a good name.
Yeah, I'm worried that Lee's taking this seriously. Drink some Wold.
You weren't?
I'm hunting James Corden. I'm taking it seriously. Some Wold Top Ales, a local brewery near Scarborough. I'd have a bunch of spirits so I could make cocktails too. I do love making cocktails. I know it's pretty boring, but I don't see my friends enough. Oh, that's a really nice sentiment. Yes.
Aw, mate, that's lovely.
Do a big sausagey barbecue for you and your friends. Oh, sausage fest.
You call it
Sausage Fest.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Sausage Fest 2022.
Oh man, that's
Been to a
brilliant.
few of those, haven't we, mate? Chin.
That F-King guy says, no booze, meat or dairy. Yeah, no one's going to want to come to mine.
I'm there. Oh, did you say no booze?
No booze.
Sorry, dude, I'm not coming. I'm not fucking coming. Oh, he doesn't drink, does he? Oh, bless him.
So, Super Natty Cat's been drinking and on Twitter again.
Oh, for fuck's sake. She's not banned from Twitter yet.
So, yeah, strap in for this one. So, because this one goes places.
Oh, God.
So, I would have a vegetarian barbecue because meat is yuck. I would have Gordon Ramsay cook it all from scratch and shout at all the other cooks whilst I watch from my little deck chair with a Kraken and Coke in my hand. I'd also have Paolo Nutini singing in the background. For dessert, I'd have a Japanese bakery hand-deliver a selection of perfect strawberry cakes and a massive load of cats from Harajuku Cat Cafe and just sit on the floor in all the cakey catty goodness.
No.
Yes.
Stop bringing animals to barbecues, guys.
All the while,
Just eat them.
All the while, Gordon Ramsay is calling people idiot sandwiches and fucking cockwombles, and Paolo Nutini is singing Smoother Than Butter. And then some half-naked men let me win at Mario Kart. Brackets, oh yeah, there's a switch on a massive telly with unlimited money on it to buy games, close brackets. Candy, you can come along if you like. Bring Panda and we'll make it a party. I'll even let you choose the music and Paolo Nutini can rest his vocals then. I wonder if he likes cats and playing the Switch. And anyway, yeah, that's my ideal barbecue. To which...
What's
Did you
Paolo
notice-
Nutini? I don't even know what that is.
It's a singer.
There's more. So Stig replied to this in, oh, just Candy and not the rest of us then. Well, I know where your invite to mine's going. At which point...
She's a good lass.
At which point Super Natty Cat replied, you can only come if you join the rest of the half-naked men and pamper us queens, spelt Quweens, with giant leaves to fan us and give us all massages. You can decide which half is naked, and it's about time we were treated like the princesses we are.
So, the problem there is, I'm not letting you win at Mario Kart, so I'm out.
And the other problem is, I want to be one of those princesses too.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
That's fine.
I'll be playing Crash
That's fine.
Bandicoot, so
And with no
No
meat,
one's putting Crash Bandicoot
I
on me,
would,
for fuck's sake.
those cats
Bring him
going
a
on the
Vita.
barbecue.
Yeah, them cats. You can't bring cats to a barbecue. They'll be in all the fucking dinner.
Be a catastrophe.
Hey.
Thank you.
We need to start bleeping him out.
Let's see if Biggie's still talking. Unmute. Beep. Mute. No, he's still talking. Yeah, so that's the latest kind of, I don't know, voice of madness coming from Wales.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Is that everything on the mailbag?
Do you want more after that? After that insanity that I've just read out there? Do you want
Do you know what?
more?
Sometimes when the wind is in the right direction, I can listen out to sea and I can hear her ranting. Like I have to get one of those conch shell things, but I can hear her.
Well,
Is it as
thank you
unhinged
very
as
much.
this?
No. Listeners, thank you very much. So, nearly the end of the show, but as always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in the show notes and at modernescapism.co.uk. And please consider becoming a patron to help support our endeavour. Next week, we're continuing our summer theme with our holidays in fictional lands, which is going to be a bit wild. We did a little bit of this on our Patreon, but we're going to go in depth. Don't worry, it's not going to be a rehash of that. We're going to think things fresh, so get them in. Fictional lands. You can't say Bridlington is a fictional land. It's not. It's a real place full of real
Just
mutants. So, before we leave, and I'm assuming, DJ, you want to join us in the green room because you've never seen it.
Well,
You've only heard it.
I heard that that's where all the shit goes down. So like,
Yeah.
I
So
definitely
before,
want to join.
for the cheap people that listen to this podcast, DJ, plug your wares before we leave.
We're just at Snugcast on all the usual stuff. Instagram, Twitter. We're on Facebook, but I think we haven't posted on it in a couple of years because neither of us log into Facebook. And we're on iTunes, Spotify, the usual places. So it's Snugcast. And I'm sure Oodles. I'm sure, all one word. I'm sure the links will be in the show notes because we always say we will do that, and then we put no love or effort into our podcast, which is part of its charm. It's completely uncoordinated mayhem, and we put very little effort into it. So please listen to us because it is I love that this is why I love listening to you guys is it's great escapism, and just all the shit that's going on. You can just listen to you guys. It's a bunch of friends having a laugh. We're like that, but specifically
Colleagues.
drinking. Yeah. Specifically drinking. So
Yeah, it's really good. I love it. It's one of my favourites, and I only listen to like 12 podcasts a week, so it's made the cut, which is fucking grand. Thank you for joining us on this endeavour, DJ. We'll come into the green room soon, but for everyone else, this has been a summary podcast. See you next time. Good night.
on.
Bye.
Bye.